Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, guys. MHF. You know, this notion that MHF don't do live streams is a lie. We're here because we're back. Two special guests. Staffy is here. Martin is here. Let's talk about the football. Absolutely beautiful night of European football. Mo, take it away, brother, before we get our guests involved.
Why can't you just do the intro, bro? Why can't you just do the intro? You have a channel with 50K. Congratulations. Why can't you do the intro? Why can't he just step up, be a man, and do it? Big man, right? 6'5" or whatever. He can step up. He can talk. Bro, this guy can run a show on his own for 3 hours. On his own, right? And I'm asking him just to do the intro once. And he's like, Mo, please take it away from me because I cannot talk more. Mo, please take it away from me because I cannot do it more, bro. I cannot just, Mo, do the intro. Oh my God.
Ajwana said that I'm here against my...
Do you actually believe any of the stupid shit you just said? Do you really believe I cannot do the intro? I can do this whole 1 hour by myself.
Are you really 6'5"?
Why can't you do the intro?
The reason why I want you to speak is because I was just on the terrace for a fucking hour, so it would be nice to hear a different voice. That's it.
It's fine. Guys, hit that like button. There's 400 people in the house. Hit that like button. I'm just going to tell you something.
1 more, by the way. 1-0.
There is a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about. Right? Biggie Pat from the show that we did with George, Ashraf, Husam, and David. Watching PSG today. Arsenal. Right? Must. I actually changed my opinion.
Cool.
I am actually now seeing what Husam has seen before me. My brother Husam has seen something that I haven't seen. I watched the
As
first
always,
PSG
you're a
game.
follower, not a leader.
It's fine. As much as I seen the PSG in the first game, I am watching this
That's
PSG
1-1
game. They can 1-1. They can get Arsenal can get at this team. I was just on the space with the people, and everyone is saying that Arsenal should go to the game again. Of course, they have to do the job against Real Madrid, which is, I think, all of us here think that it is kind of a full-on conclusion. There is a chance that Real Madrid come back, but it will be tough. But assuming that Arsenal will go through and they will face PSG, I can't deny that Arsenal should be favorites going into this game, even though the second leg is being played in Paris. Watching PSG today, they have a PTSD from teams that press them, like what Barcelona did before. There is still their captain is Martinez. They still have like the Real Madrid PTSD that teams can come back against them after them being up. And I think with Arteta and Arsenal, I genuinely think that he can coach a team to actually get at this PSG. There are positives about the PSG game, that they are one of the teams in the world that can hurt you in the transition the most because they have the most technical ability up top as well. But the physicality of this PSG midfield, even though they're the most technical team in the world, without a shadow of a doubt, the physicality of Arsenal should be able to dominate this PSG midfield because technically they are superior. John McGinn, Tielemans, today, Marcus Rashford, Morgan Rogers, they were bullying these guys on the ball. They were bullying them on the ball. And if you are telling me that Aston Villa can bully these guys, Onana as well, Arsenal was Thomas Partey, Lewis Kelly was physically so strong. Declan Rice as well, with that specimen in terms of physicality and the amount of running he can do. They must be able to absolutely bully this midfield of PSG. And in terms of the defense, they have mistakes all over the place. Hakimi is so offensive. And I think Arsenal can play behind that. Like this, the left back.
That's why I told you Arsenal should be PSG.
Yes, I agree. Now, I saw it today. The first game, not so much. But this game, bro, Aston Villa really took it to PSG. Bro, if it wasn't for Donnarumma's heroics, Aston Villa would have gone through.
Best goalkeeper in the competition so far.
Easily. If this went, everyone thinks, if this went to extra time and Donnarumma was not a heroic goalkeeper, Aston Villa would have won the game. Without a shadow. The momentum was with Aston Villa 100%, to be honest. And I'm looking at this and against Inter, Barcelona as well. We're going to talk about Barcelona. I watched both games. I know, Husam, you did watch both games, right? Yeah,
Which
both
one?
games.
Barca Dortmund, I did a little bit.
Oh my God. This Barcelona team.
Almost. They
Bro.
shit the bed.
Bro, I'm going to tell you, I have not seen a team that play a high line, a halfway line. You don't even need to make a
It's
run,
like
bro.
Spurs.
You just, yes, exactly.
High line
You know
why?
you know the Chelsea Spurs game, the one that ended 4-1? How do you step a high line, a halfway line? Can someone tell Barcelona that there is no offside, a halfway line? There's no offside, by the way. Hansi Flick have played football. He must know that there is no offside, a halfway line. If Dortmund passed the ball quicker, you'd have had like 5 1-on-1. 5 1-on-1s, to be honest. And if it wasn't for the own goal by Rami Ben Sabaini, I think Dortmund would have taken this to 4-0 as well. Dortmund, by the way, they missed about like 3 1-on-1s as well.
I think there's a lot of similarities between PSG and Barca in that if you give them the ball, they will hurt you and they'll hurt you a lot. But if you keep them in like, they're not dangerous spaces and you put pressure on their backline, I think they've got issues. Potentially, I think we've got a good matchup for them. I'm very glad Villa got knocked out. A minute silence for Emery. It's really tragic.
He's
story,
still a demon.
really,
He's still a demon in the knockout competitions. The way they approach the second, he's a demon, bro.
But
He's a demon in the knockout competition.
Dead, so that's all I care
bro,
about.
He is so good, to be honest. SE here. Thank you, SE, with the super. After that Madrid game, I think we'll win the Champions League. Arteta.
Screenshot this. Someone screenshot and send to me now so he doesn't deny it in May.
Wait, take me away.
I'll do a
He
face
keeps
while you
twisting
screenshot.
his shit that he says.
Arteta out. Arteta out. But listen, I asked, when I was on the space, I asked the guys a question, and I want to start with Staffy.
Really?
Because you're a neutral in this.
يعني
There's an
قبل
Arsenal
شوي
fan-
قاعد تحكي 1 المو تتمحن هسه ما بده يسألك سؤال بطلت بتعرف تجاوب.
خليك في التليفون اللي انت قاعد عليه وخلي الراجل
خليك
الثاني يشتغل.
جماعة خليكم محترمين مرة في
multitask.
حياتكم انتوا الاثنين، مرة في حياتكم خليكم مهذبين.
واحد جاي يشتغل والثاني قاعد على
خليكم
التليفون.
مهذبين.
كملت تاسك.
I'm gonna ask Staffy, and I want everyone in the chat. I want everyone in this 450 people here, hit that like button. Remove your fan hat. Don't act like an Arsenal fan, Liverpool fan, or whatever, right? If you are outside and you are seeing 4 teams, that's if Inter go through, because Inter still have to go through against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich has the weapons to go through. If Inter reach the semifinal, who are you picking as the favorites to win the Champions League as of now? Honest answer, not biased, not what you want, not what you hope for, because I hope Inter win it. Who's your favorites to win this Champions League? After watching tonight's game, the last games, we're still going to watch tomorrow. Staffy.
So here's the thing. I want to talk about the teams from today at least more. I think PSG.
Can you answer the question first? And then
I'm going to say, I originally had PSG, the favorite from this side. Then on the other side, I think I was leaning more towards Barca, but wouldn't be surprised if it's Inter. I think today exposed a few things to me. First of all, this is the second time in the last 4 games that PSG, when they qualified, they didn't win a game. So they lost one to Liverpool. And obviously that was a freak result, in my opinion, because of how many chances they created. But then also today, they did technically lose on the day to Villa. So they've showed me that they don't necessarily win the 2 legs. One team made a comeback against them, and one team just did nothing against them, and they were still able to score. So I can't confidently no more say that they'll beat Arsenal. I think they have enough to beat Arsenal. I don't think it's going to be clear-cut as all. I think the way they match up against Arsenal, if they face him, actually might not work in their favor, because Arsenal have no problem leaving the ball to them. And I think equally, if Barcelona, if Arsenal choose to leave the ball to PSG, they won't find it hard to play against them as well. Like, they'll be comfortable to have as much possession as they can. Their players are very technical and all that. But they showed, bro, that I'm not gonna lie, they have a soft chin, and they can be got at, So with all the talent and all the technicality in the world, it's not clear cut. If anything, I look at the other side, and I think Inter are the one that are more designed for this competition. I know they haven't won it under Simeone yet. The closest they got is when they lost against Treble Man City. But to be honest, I think it's going to come down to who can play the game tactically better. I think Barcelona and PSG exposed to themselves today that they actually don't play the game as tactically as well as Inter and Arsenal will. because Arsenal will sit. If Arsenal choose not to play with the ball tomorrow, they'll be very comfortable. I think they'll be very comfortable defending, and they showed us in the first leg they were very comfortable attacking, so they can play the game the both ways. PSG, Barca, they have so much talent. I want them in the final just because I know it's going to be a shootout. But if you're asking me to be honest, they can be easily got out. One team just wants to attack, and one team just wants to play a high line. By the way, when they were kept attacking today, instead of wasting the time, taking the ball to the corner, like doing all these little things, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. There was 10 minutes left, and every time they got a one-on-one, they were trying to shoot. I'm like, bro, take the ball to the corner. Just pass it around a little bit, take a few minutes off the clock. They weren't doing that at all. So you can enjoy their football, but I don't know if their football is necessarily going to translate into a Champions League win this year.
Husam?
Yes, Habibi.
What are you doing in front of you? Can you stop? Can you be serious on the stream?
6-0.
Can you be serious on the stream?
The fuck did you score 6? The final must.
Can you be serious on the stream?
You're American. I'm American.
Allah, Staffy was having a very good conversation. Staffy was having a very good conversation. Husam just comes in to ruin it.
I didn't even see it, Allah.
والله العظيم ده انت.
كويس انك انتبهت. Anyway, can you go to our other guest, Martin? How about that? Because he's a fucking Arsenal. Has your brain ever operated in a smart, intelligent way? We have an Arsenal fan on the stream, and you're asking me.
He asked for an unbiased opinion. Yeah,
let him talk, يا أخي. He's a guest. 14 minutes in, he hasn't said a word. أيوه شاب أجنبي كندي أسترالي ملتزم.
He asked for an unbiased opinion.
That's why I didn't say my opinion. Yeah, that's why I didn't say my opinion. I'm still in the competition. Who do you play tomorrow?
I'm so sorry, Martin. I'm so sorry.
Mustafi, who do Liverpool play tomorrow? They're still in the competition in the quarterfinal.
I wouldn't know.
Wallahi, Staffy understood that.
Staffy doesn't even have a team.
I am asking the people that don't have.
The Europa League is so good that they played the anthem today in the Champions League. Yet you want me to believe that the Europa League is not good. Thursdays is where it's at. I'll see you guys on Thursday.
You see the faces of all the players, like, anyway. What the hell is this?
I've never heard the Champions League being played in the Europa League. No one cares about it, but everyone wanted to play it today. Oh,
I don't even know what Mo's original question was. I think it was.
Yeah, can you just ask Martin the question because he's an Arsenal fan?
Inter gets to the final, something.
Who do you think is? Yeah, who do you think can reach the final? But he asked for an unbiased opinion, so I don't know if we're gonna.
Who do I think will reach the final from an unbiased perspective?
Who's favorites to win the competition?
Or favorites to win
it. Staffy, he has this fetish of asking who's the favorite. Game week 1, who's the favorite to win the Premier League? Game week 2, who's the favorite? Game week 3. Martin, you're a viewer and someone who works with Mo. How many times have you heard him say the word favorite this year? Minimum 500 times, right? Every stream.
Yeah.
And sometimes he does it multiple times on a daily basis. So he would be on Ahwa, who's favorites at night. Next day morning, I'm on Footy Judge Mo, who's favorite? Then he comes on my channel again. Who's favorite? MHF. Who's favorite?
Who's favorite to reach the final? I redid his question.
Anyway, when it comes to the competition, I think the final is already written. I think the final is going to be Arsenal versus Inter Milan. It's the most obvious final I have seen. I can predict, to be honest with you. I think Arsenal will handle PSG. I think Arsenal is definitely going to beat PSG. I think Inter Milan is the kryptonite of Barcelona. They are the kryptonite. Habibi, you want to play high line against Inter Milan? Dumfries might have a use for once. Dumfries and DeMarco, they might have a use for once, you know, having pace to run in behind on the wings, long ball Barella, you know, one of them to chase it. I really think Inter can beat Barca. I think people are putting Barca in the final already, and I don't think they're focused, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think people are actually watching what Inter are doing. And they're not really watching what Barca are doing. Like, Barcelona conceded 4 goals to fucking Benfica, bro. Like, even today.
To be fair, there was a lot of red cards and goalkeeper mistakes.
Yeah, but
that's
still,
the worst game.
3 goals as well today to Dortmund. Like, you know, you couldn't even handle Guirassy. You can't handle Guirassy.
You know, he has the second most goals in the competition. Respect Guirassy.
No, you couldn't even handle Guirassy. How are you going to handle Lautaro Martinez? How are you going to handle Marcus Thuram? How are you going to handle that partnership together?
Mo would take Guirassy over Martinez.
Mo would take me over Martinez. So when it comes to these two, like...
Imagine if I have Guirassy and Thuram up top, bro. Like, just imagine.
Guirassy, I think he has the second most goals after Rafinha. Or did he pass him today because he scored?
Yeah, but I think he scored like a lot of goals against one of the shit teams as well in the group stages. But regardless, خلاص, it's not the point. Yani Grass is a good player anyway. But
he didn't
he's
score
not the
against
main-
Somalia on international break.
So I
but
do
he's
think it's
scoring
going to be an
against Somalia.
Arsenal-Inter final. Respect to PSG and everything that they're doing, but I think Arsenal can handle them, to be honest with you. We should have handled them even better when we played them, but we fucked it up. So, yeah.
You didn't fuck it up. You really were outplayed in both legs.
2-1 Mo.
Like there is a difference between
2-1
we
شو
fucked
عشان
it up.
قال outplayed. I already fucked it up is the same thing as outplayed. انت على كيفك حكم مصري وفي واحد مصري ضد واحد أردني.
يا عم
يا أخي
you know when
انت واحد مرتشي, you are a mercenary, and the only reason why you gave that 2-1 is because he's Egyptian. That's the only reason. Oh, he got outplayed. Mo, have I not said Enrique outcoached Slot? Did I not say that?
Yeah, 100%.
agrees.
50 times.
طب خلص بعد شيل التو رجعها 1-1
the chat agrees. Look at the chat.
But
They
there is
said
a
that
difference, to be
one-
honest, between fucking it up and being outplayed. Like, fucking it up is like,
but
it was
we
in
fucked
my
it up
hand
because
and I
I'm looking
fucked
at
it up.
From my perspective, my coach got outcoached.
he didn't fuck up. He was outcoached then. He was just
Yeah,
not
that's
good
not
enough.
enough.
You know, fucking it up is like
Speaking of
Billy
fucking
Adair
up,
making a
actually,
mistake.
Mo,
Anyway, can we
speaking of
give
fucking up-
Martin? Can we not give Martin a chance to speak?
And now he wants Martin to speak.
Martin
شايف?
But speaking of fucking up, I think Unai Emery fucked up today.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome
He didn't.
everybody.
Wallahi,
to the
Staffy,
stream.
he did amazing. Unai Emery.
With his
It was
changes.
amazing. It
No,
was
no,
amazing.
no.
His
He
subs,
lost-
I didn't
he
like
lost.
his
He
subs.
had,
He
even
lost.
after the changes, he had a lot of chances. What? Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to talk about, Staff? Hold
I
on,
just
because
think he killed the
I
momentum.
know
of his
Staffy has
subs.
has an angle that no one sees.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up anyways because Oli
Man
Watkins.
United fans will say
Bring it
Rashford
up. Here you
fucking
go. Here you go. Bring it up. No.
Bring
Because
up
of,
Oli
when
Watkins.
I put that chat, it will. Your camera is too low, so you're basically having professional YouTuber. You need your face at least 3/4 of the thing.
يا عم
or
انا
the whole
قاعد
thing.
تاني ظهري ما انا ممكن اقعد عادي يا مو
Hey,
خلاص
man,
ما
نقعد
كده
براحتي.
هتبقى
yeah, I
اوحش.
go on BR
لا حول ولا
Sports.
قوة الا بالله. I deducted a point. Back it's 1-1 again.
يلا go ahead.
Go
طيب,
on
go.
BR
Take your
Sports
point.
yesterday.
Let me change the score. 1-1.
Get your point. Get your point across.
Anyways, what was I talking about? We're talking
Yeah,
about
the same
Villa. I
play
think,
with each
listen,
other.
I didn't like the changes. I think the changes killed the game a little bit. I think that the momentum slowed down. I don't think at
From
any
Unai, you mean?
Unai Emery, yeah. I don't think he should have
Yeah, I
took
agree
out.
with that.
I don't think he should have took out Rashford. It's desperation settings. There's what, 10 minutes left, and you're taking off what's his name? You're taking off Rashford, who was I think he was the best player in that half. He was hot. He should have had another assist. If Konsa gets that header from the cross from the free kick, he makes it 5-5. So he created the most chances in the game at that point before you took him out. He created 4 chances. No one else on the pitch created more chances than him. And then you take him out and you bring Oli Watkins. Why don't you bring on Oli Watkins and keep him on? There's 10
Yes,
minutes
I
left
agree.
or
Because
15
then you're
minutes
gonna
left.
take off like Rodgers or like
But Rodgers
think
was
he took
so
off Tielemans
shit today. I don't even know
anyways.
if you watched. Rodgers was fucking ass today. He should have taken him off.
He didn't really do much.
wow. I feel like Rashford was. At
But
the
we
end,
now
he
know
squeezed
that
lemon.
players at Man United
Don't
are
trust
not
Martin,
shit.
don't
It's
trust
just the
Martin.
club is shit.
What
What?
does that have to do with Man United?
It does. Marcus Rashford is your player. He's on loan.
So what
He
do I have to
played
talk
well
about
today.
United? I know United is shit. What do I have to talk about?
It's just a remark out there. Staffy. It's a really, when he's in the right environment, when he's playing with
I know
teammates that
that.
trust him, when he's playing with teammates that trust him, when he's being well coached, he played very good. Bro, he was
But I
cooking.
know that.
I couldn't
When have I
believe
denied that?
myself. This is the Marcus Rashford of like 6 years ago when he first broke to the scene, or 7 years ago.
I know he
He's
had
not
the shot
good.
on
Confidence.
target.
Under Conte at Napoli.
I mean, he had the shot on target that got saved. That arguably could have been a goal if it wasn't Donnarumma. They take the corner. He dribbles 2 players and he sets up the assist. Then
Thank
a few
you so
minutes
much.
later, he puts another cross in, and Konsa misses it by this much.
The United
That's what
fans
I'm
that I
saying.
know
Taking
are
him
all
off
talking
wasn't a
about
good
Rashford.
idea.
All they care about is getting a good sale price for Rashford. They just want him to play and score a couple of goals and then make some money. They sell him. It's the same with Sancho. You know, they're following along with these players which they've got on loan just so they can get a good deal.
We're not going to go into Man United. It was just a point to be made. That
Yeah, it was an
talking about Man
irrelevant
United.
point. Thank you.
But
This is why I
It's
said
very
Watkins
relevant.
hasn't
Come
come
on, Watkins scored in the last game, didn't he? Like he came on late as a sub and scored. Plus, like he probably should have started if he's like actually the best striker.
This is where we talk about it. What does it say about Oli Watkins when you go into this game and you're down 2 goals? At some point, you were down 4 goals, and the manager has Oli Watkins on the bench, but he's starting with Rashford. Rashford, who got loaned out from Man United for not being good enough, he is starting ahead of this team. He's leaving in the summer. Supposedly, he's not going back to Villa. I don't know if he will. but he's not even permanent there. And their main striker is actually sitting on the bench when they need all these goals. And you'll hear people that sit here and tell you, and this actually made this point to defend Arteta as well. Arteta outers wanted Arteta out because he didn't sign Ollie Watkins in January, because there was this myth. If Arsenal signed Ollie Watkins, they potentially would have won the league with his goals. But yet today, in the biggest game of their season, he's not even on the pitch. And they needed nothing more than goals. But people will tell you Ollie Watkins is worth 70 mil, but they'll tell you that United won't find suitors for Rashford in the summer. You tell me how that makes sense. Bro, Ollie Watkins has one Champions League goal this campaign. Yeah, I was being told last summer he was worth 100 million, and I was being told in January that he's worth 70 mil. 70 mil, and you have one Champions League goal. He had as many goals as Kamsa.
You're going to sell Rashford and you're going to buy Watkins. That's your summer. So be careful about.
Look at Saad. Put Saad's comment on. Yeah, I love when Saad talks waffle. Number one, I defended your manager. Messi, that's number one. But since you want to do this, you said Watkins has a knee injury. Watkins had a knee injury all season. Durant has more goals in the Champions League, and he hasn't played in the Champions League since January. What? He's had a knee injury all season. He's had 15 goals all season, by the way, for the people who don't know. I heard people yesterday clowning Solanke, saying they spent 70 mil or 60 mil or whatever it was, and he has 12 goals, 11 goals this season. Ollie Watkins only has 4 more, and Solanke missed about 6 weeks of football due to injury. What's the excuse?
I didn't realize there was so much interest in these
Can I tell Staffy where you're wrong? Just before we,
sure.
Obviously, I want as well to ask Martin about his opinion on the games tomorrow and stuff. I'll tell Staffy why he's wrong. There is what you think a player is worth versus 2 things here that are very important. What he's worth to you at that moment in time versus what he's worth to the other club. Ollie Watkins at the time was the starting striker for Aston Villa. They hadn't had Rashford yet. And it was one of 2. Either I sell Watkins or I sell Duran. So I'm going to keep one, sell one. That was the Aston Villa logic. The second thing is, how much is Ollie Watkins worth to Arsenal in that moment? Because in that moment, they were 6 points behind us or 8 points behind us or whatever it is. So it wasn't the case like now where it's like, oh, league is done. Now, is Ollie Watkins a massive upgrade on Kai Havertz? The answer to that is yes. Would he have done significantly better than any forward that Arsenal have? The answer is also yes. So while Saka was absent...
Mourinho has more goals than him.
While Saka was absent for a 2-month period, you could have had Ollie Watkins was an actual striker playing in there. That would have helped Arsenal's title race and title aspirations. And that's why he was worth 60 million in January. Because he could have given you short-term success. That's the thing. That's the difference right there.
He cooked you there, to be honest.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Let me put
this guy. No, he did it. What he said wasn't even correct, because Mourinho, since he's moved to striker, has more goals than Ollie Watkins. He has how many goals, Martin? 8 goals. He's already almost halfway through to catching up Watkins, and he's only played about 6 games or 7 games in striker. So what are we even doing here? That's not true. And that's not someone being slick in the comments saying you employ Højlund. Højlund has more UEFA Champions League goals than Ollie Watkins. All right, what are we doing here? like this, I don't think people understand. This is who they wanted. They wanted to sack Arteta for this guy, for Ollie Watkins. You turned on your manager, who brought you to where you are right now, for Ollie Watkins.
Hey, they want us. They want us to sign Ancelotti.
Come on, man.
The manager that we're about to duppy. Like, they want us to actually get rid of Arteta for this guy, and he's shown that he's got no tactical ability whatsoever. He just puts the players in the field. And
Wallahi, Martin, I'm so happy. You're happy. You're happy. You're smiling again.
Don't overdo it.
Don't little bromy mo with this.
He's loving.
Right?
He's loving.
I'm happy you're
loving,
smiling. I'm happy you're smiling.
I'm happy he's loving football again. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
but you're overdoing it though. Don't bring Ancelotti into this.
Don't even get me on started on this guy. Oh my God. Wallahi.
Khalas, Ancelotti, guys, has no tactics. He just puts all the star players out there and he says play football. Come on, yeah.
Wallahi, don't get me started, because this deserves a different stream, bro. Different stream. Don't get me started.
But the Arteta outers thing is kind of, I don't know how people like.
Ancelotti cannot coach better in 2025 than Arteta. Actually, he hasn't coached better than him over the last couple of years. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Has he been better than him over the... Listen, last year they won the league. I'll give him that. This season, I'm sorry. He's not a better as of today. He's not a better coach than him. I don't care what anyone says. He outclassed him in the first game, and everyone thought that this Madrid squad is better quality than that one. So if Madrid have the best team, why did they get outcoached by the worst team?
Your logic is so shit, Staffy, because Ten Hag outcoached Pep in a FA Cup final. That doesn't mean I'm taking Ten Hag.
They were hungover. They just won the league. They didn't care about the FA Cup.
They went head to head about what 6 times while Pep was here. He only beat him once.
He beat him when it mattered. He outcoached him that day. And at the end of the day, when we talk about once or twice or
That's
thrice,
not how it works. I have enough sample size to say that
Staffy,
you got
there is
outcoached.
no
You lost
manager in
6
this
to him.
world, even the manager with the most talented team. There is no manager who just puts the players out there and says, guys, play, you have all the talent. He has to apply some form of management, some form of coaching. And by the way, man management is part of coaching. All these things are part of coaching. So even if your thing is like Ancelotti, even if your logic is Ancelotti is a great man manager, man management is still a part of coaching. And that's the
I
thing.
didn't even talk about that. I just said he's not a better coach as of today than Arteta. It's true.
But I disagree with that because I'd rather have
Ancelotti
over
wouldn't take this Arsenal team to second place in the league.
Yeah, Ancelotti wouldn't take them second place. He'd take them first.
No, he wouldn't.
I heard the Real Madrid players were taking extra sessions because they're concerned that Ancelotti's not doing enough with his training.
You have no proof of Arteta doing that.
I have proof that Arteta has a worse squad and has done better. This guy had had a Ballon d'Or candidate in Vinny, and he's stinking out the place.
He's thinking
he has Madrid fans saying, get him out. What are we doing?
First of all, Madrid fans would say, get him out to everyone. Zidane won 3-peat Champions League and they wanted him out. That's the Madrid entitlement. So that's not a measuring stick. That's not a measuring stick. What the Madrid fans say. They did the handkerchiefs to CR7 and to Benzema and to Bale and to everyone.
So speaking of Zidane, I'll tell you something. Speaking of Zidane took that team from Ancelotti where he got sacked. He needed a fluke Sergio Ramos last-minute goal against Atleti to get into overtime, and then Zidane comes to that team, adds Isco in the midfield, plays a diamond, and he wins 3 in a row with that same team that he had.
So first of all,
why did a rookie coach was able to do that?
Okay, Zidane also has 1 league title in 3 years, so you should mention that. Second of all, you're talking about Ancelotti fluked it, so did Zidane not fluke it with a penalty shootout against Atletico Madrid? Did Zidane not fluke it when Sergio Ramos did WWE moves to Salah when we were clearly the better team in the first 20 minutes? We can do this whole fluke thing for him as well.
He won it 3 years.
Who did they beat in the 3rd Champions League final?
Remind me, I don't remember. You?
I think one of them was Juve and the other was Atleti. Anyway, so
one Atleti and one you guys.
Yeah, they won 1 with penalties. So you want to do this whole like fluke it thing? I could do fluke it for both. For 2 of them. The one he beat crystal clear is Juve. He beat them 4-1. But other than that, for us, it was literally the Salah one. And the second one was
yeah, but I can't say it's a fluke because Salah got injured. I don't know. Salah showed us his record.
Remember, Husam also wants Nuno Espirito Santo over Arteta, so he's not going to rate Arteta in these head-to-head matches.
I've already explained my logic, Martin, but you just want to take stuff out of context. So
all I'm saying is,
I heard you guys yesterday still referring to me.
I have Fenway Sports Group as owners. It's not difficult to understand. If Arteta finishes second for 10 years, they'll never sack him. It's genuinely just pure basic logic, but people want to keep taking it out of. If Nuno has a bigger chance of failing, which means if the guy finishes fucking 15th, they're gonna sack him. You're never gonna sack Arteta if he finishes second 10 years in a row. That's it.
That's flawed logic. It's horribly flawed logic. You just want Nuno because he'll get sacked, but Arteta gives you a chance of winning.
No, Nuno can win the league.
Martin, by the way, you're the positive Arsenal fan, right? I learned something today that you might run away with this one. Today, so this season's final was going to be in Munich. Okay, the last 3 times, I don't know if it's the last 3 times, but there was 3 instances where a team won their first ever Champions League, and it happened in Munich. One of them was Chelsea, and I can't remember the other 2. So Munich is actually a place where teams win their first Champions League. And you've never won the Champions League, so there you go. If you want to run on Hopium, you can take that one.
That's a very small thing.
Force was one of them. I remember now. Force, and I can't remember the last one.
My biggest concern is Real Madrid.
Next time you bring a fact, know it before saying it.
I'm talking to more. I'm not talking to you.
Go ahead, yeah, my concern is Real Madrid. I think that they're putting every ounce of juju, and I don't know, they're going to be parachuting in like the Avengers instead of using the tunnel, and they've got PR videos, and
They're so
Well,
cringe, by the
too.
way. If Arsenal was doing this, we'd all call them cringe.
Yeah.
But Arsenal don't have 15 Champions Leagues, so we don't cringe.
Exactly. So why are you insecure
yeah.
for? I'm hearing fucking Vinny. Oh, mañana, 9 p.m. Yeah, you're gonna drop another stinker mañana. We will be there. You think we're missing it? We're all gonna be there for that stinker, bro. We've been watching you. We've been watching you. And then they're posting the 15 Champions Leagues on Madrid Extra or whatever their name is on Twitter. And then I'm hearing they're bringing out Carlo Ancelotti's lucky cardigan or lucky coat. Bro, give it up, bro. And then you got fucking, what's his name? All these Instagram posts. Jude Bellingham saying, together until the final moment. Bro, shut up, bro. If Arsenal was doing that, we'd all call them cringe. The team has 15 Champions Leagues, yet they're insecure and talking about. They're doing all this against small-ass Arsenal. Arsenal that no one wants to respect. A team with 0 Champions
Did you
Leagues.
cringe when Hulk Hogan was doing this? But you just cringed when I did it. There's a difference.
No, I cringe when Hulk Hogan does it anyway. What does that have to do with anything? I was just saying we got to keep the energy the same. Like they've been
can't be the
PR.
same. You're asking for energy to be the same on something. It's impossible, Staffy. If you're a 15 Champions League winner and your 3/4 of your squad have won it 100
I
times,
mean, they're doing
you're
social
allowed to
media
do
all
cringy
week.
shit.
Social media all week. Oh, we're gonna close the roof. Oh, we're gonna open the roof. Oh, we're gonna enter like Sting in WCW and ascend from the roof. Like, what are you doing, bro? Just go on the pitch, play football, and win or shut up. That's all we want to see. We saw you get spanked last week. We saw you get spanked in 2006. That's 3 times you faced them and you've never scored a goal against them. And that's the team that we don't even respect like that in England. We always shit on Arsenal for never winning a Champions League. So I didn't even send them one of my biggest soldiers. I didn't send them Liverpool with 6 Champions League. I didn't send them Chelsea or United with 2 and 3 Champions Leagues. I didn't send them anyone with any European heritage. I sent them little ass Arsenal, and they're shook, talking about everything but what they're actually going to do on the pitch.
All this
Shut up
fanfare,
and
and
play
he'll
the game.
score a first goal in the 10 minutes, and then it'll just be like, let's just shut up shop. But I'm interested to know, Husam, who do you want to win the Champions League now?
يا ابني حبيبي بعت له مسج.
Husam.
Don't cry.
Who do I want to win the Champions League?
Yeah, now that there's only like so many left.
Inter, because he's my brother.
No,
Because I'm not an unbearable person. Because I'm not an unbearable person.
I need Salah to scam the Ballon d'Or. We have to scam it.
You know that
How
if
does
he
he
win the
scam it?
triple Ballon d'Or will
Barcelona get knocked
Lautaro
out.
Martinez.
And Arsenal makes it.
We're adding more points.
Because Arsenal doesn't have a Ballon d'Or contender, and Inter doesn't really have a Ballon d'Or contender like that. Even though they can try to PR it, but it still won't work.
Saad, go ahead. I have no 5 layout, so I need to try to do it. So
Yes, we do. Here.
يا ربي ايه اللي جاب ساعة.
Here he is.
We have the 5. Hey.
I need to add to make the layout. I'm professional, not like your channel.
في النص.
I'm very professional.
حطه بالنص،
Saad في
yeah.
النص.
Why does he look so concerned?
يلا professional
بس
YouTuber
خلاص،
and he's on
فوقك
mute.
منه. Just خلاص he's muted.
He's on mute.
and
From you.
Are you gonna talk
I
or
was playing Call of Duty, so I had to turn it off.
can you remove your
والله
background?
3-1 على كيفك يا عمي. ايش هو اللي 3-1 انت الثاني؟
Can you remove your background?
8-0 دي يعني هي اللي
Can
اكلت.
you remove your background?
امشي يلا.
Why?
لا سيب
Because
الباك
it makes you lag.
يا أخي لا, please, man.
You're not lagging, Saad. It's okay.
What are you here to say, Saad? You have 2 minutes.
Listen,
Oh.
first of all,
You have 2 minutes.
I haven't got 2 minutes. I've got however long this stream is lasting. If it's lasting for 2 minutes, then fine. I've got 2 minutes. But
لا،
I've got it for however long.
جبنا له دخل بحماره تفضل.
والله العظيم والله.
Secondly, Staffy is the funniest human being on this planet.
لا اله الا الله. I defend Arsenal and he's here to attack me. تفضل
This
يلا.
man said, no, I'm not here to attack you. I'm actually laughing, bro, because man said they're jumping out. They're gonna do this.
Because I think it's staying in WCW.
Oh, wait,
They're gonna take off their masks and they're gonna have the nightsticks. Yeah, they just play football.
Big up Martin, man.
Big up,
Absolute
son.
gangster. I'm loving the hair, bro. The hair right now is moving. Do you know what I mean? It's giving
I'm gonna
me
rival you
ice.
soon.
Do you know what I
It's
mean?
just growing.
You put your hair away, Staffy. لا راح
I'm
نقلب.
gonna rival you soon, Martin.
خليه يدير الشراكة. You know what I mean?
والله you're ruining the stream.
Anyway,
Guys,
listen.
we're losing viewers by the minute.
يا أخي,
I need a new scoreboard now.
let's
We're losing viewers by the second. Why you guys are like
We're gonna
doing-
change it now.
People are here to listen to the football talk. Not you talking about Martin's hair. Have some shame.
So hold on. So I can't compliment my fellow brother and tell him, you know what I mean, the hair's looking
People
good.
are here to talk about football.
One
There is
nil more
600
against
people here. They want to hear Saad talk about the football.
Oh yeah, okay. Listen, with all due
Where are you
respect,
looking?
yeah,
The stream is
with all
right
due
here. Where are you
respect,
looking?
With all due respect, you got second host over here fucking on his phone texting. I don't know who's texting every fucking time. This guy's fucking on the phone 24/7. You got this guy right here, yeah? This guy right here, freaking just I don't know what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? Look at this Mo
You
versus
can't
Saad.
even point properly. I can point better while on my phone.
Yeah, because the fucking it's I don't know what's up with this fucking camera. But anyway,
على فكرة
listen,
انت قلت 70
if you
fucking
wanna-
بدقيقة.
if you wanna
خلاص
speak-
حبيبي هدي
if you
اعصابك.
wanna-
يلا المونتيزيشن راح انجز يلا speak about football please. It's been 2 minutes.
Yeah, no,
خلاص
listen.
we're all pieces of shit.
do-
Go.
Saad, you owe me,
Yeah,
you owe me
big up.
40, you owe me 50 viewers that we lost. When you came
Yeah,
on the
big
show.
up. Apart from Martin, everybody else on this panel is a piece of shit. Anyway, big up. Big
There we
up.
go.
Look at Martin taking the W, bro. Like,
Take any time you
listen,
get.
I'm gonna be real. Mo's doing this like as if. Oh, like,
What are you
We're
here
waiting,
for?
son. We're
no,
waiting.
listen. I just wanted to say something. First of all, Staffy is
Your 2 minutes are over.
Because-
Your 2 minutes are over. Your 2 minutes are over.
So,
خلاص.
hold on.
You're done. You're done. You're done.
Couldn't
Staffy-
say you
done.
on Staffy's a
You are
fraud
done.
and you never
Hold
said
on.
so.
hold on.
Your 2 minutes are
Put it on
over. Your 2 minutes are over.
Yeah, I couldn't come in.
Yeah,
and just,
your
like,
entrance
you know
is
what I mean,
longer than
come on,
Undertaker.
people,
Engage me. What do you want to say?
Salama, do you know what I mean? I'm here.
خلاص, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, but listen, I want to first of all address the situation with Staffy and Watkins. I don't know what Watkins done to this guy for him to just come on the offensive all of a
Shit.
sudden. And
Yeah,
just-
that's why.
he's not
Watkins
shit.
Defense League, hey?
He's not shit.
Awesome
if he
and
comes-
shit.
If he comes to us, he scores 10 to 15 goals. If he comes to us in January, 10 to 15 goals, easy, right? there.
Marino has 8, huh? It's not that difficult.
No, okay, that's perfectly fine. But what we're talking about is him doing it more efficiently. So I said 10 to 15, not 8. I said 10 to 15. There's a big difference between 8 goals and 10 to 15. And
It's half a
even
season,
with-
8,
even with
double
the
at 16. Go
Thank
on.
you,
Sorry?
Martin. I knew you had.
Well, half a season, 8, double at
I knew you
16.
had common sense.
Okay. But regardless,
It was a long
when you're
pause.
talking about Rashford and him starting over Watkins, that's why I brought up the injury. I didn't bring up the injury because of he's not shit. He's been injured the whole season. I'm talking about why are they playing Rashford right now? They're playing him because he had an injury. He had a knee injury, and that's why they're playing Rashford. That's why they brought in Rashford in the January transfer.
What is he on about? I'm not following.
It's been multiple games. What knee injury are you talking about? It's been multiple games where Rashford's been starting over.
He's here to
The
defend
biggest
what?
game of the season. and Rashford's starting over.
because he has a knee injury, bro. They're trying to, do you know what I mean? Get him back in slowly.
When
bro.
did he get this knee injury?
They
For
put
how
him-
long?
It was right after the January transfer window, bro. Did you not hear about it? Oh my god, Watkins out for weeks.
Because all I know, he was starting over him a few weeks ago, and now he stopped starting over him.
yes,
So what did he
came
all of a
back.
sudden he got an injury again?
No, he came back, and do you know what I mean? He
Okay,
came
And
so,
back-
what? And
so
what?
I still don't get it.
And what?
No, he came back from the
cares?
injury,
And what?
and Rashford was starting over him, bro.
Rashford starts on the left side either way.
Yes, but regardless, they use whoever they use in attack. Watkins wasn't starting all of their games. Do you know what I mean? But listen,
Rashford took his chain over the last few weeks.
I'm
That's what I'm saying.
I'm actually really excited for tomorrow. I don't
Okay,
know
hold
about
on. Hold on.
everybody else.
Hold on. Stop about tomorrow. Staffy here is cooking the Arteta
Why
out.
is Mo so fucking aggressive? Like,
No,
No,
but
no,
I'm
just-
not-
no,
you're
expected to move on.
no,
Listen,
hold
no,
on,
no,
everyone.
no,
This is
hold
my
on.
fucking channel. Stop, please, everyone.
Why are you
Okay.
spitting at the screen, bro? What's
Oh,
going on?
stop. Staffy comes here, cooking the Arteta outers because Mikel Arteta did one Oli Watkins because Marcus Rashford benched him. The flop from Man United on low. You are coming in and telling Staffy you are wrong because if we kept Watkins, so are you Arteta out?
No. I agree with.
Why are you cooking
I
Staffy
agree.
then?
No, because I actually rate Watkins. So I think what he's saying is a bit mad, bro. To say that about Watkins, as if Watkins is some dusty striker, bro.
So why does Watkins have only more
hold on a minute. Like as if Watkins does not come to freaking Manchester United right now, Watkins gets them out of wherever they
You
are.
lost. Khalas.
Watkins
Should I
gets them
start a scoreboard with my name on
Anyway.
it? Because you already lost by mentioning Manchester United. Congrats.
Anyway.
Husam would start up front for Manchester United today. Congrats. Good job. Now let's get it back.
Yes, but regardless.
Let me speak. Khalas.
He gets
You
you out
lost.
of the position that you're in now. So I didn't lose. Thank you. 1-0 Saad.
Ollie Watkins
Anyway,
starting from United doesn't prove anything because United are shit. Okay?
Okay,
So stop mentioning that.
He starts for Liverpool. He starts.
No,
for
he
freaking-
doesn't.
He
No, he
starts for
doesn't.
Liverpool.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
No, he doesn't.
Starts
No,
for
he doesn't.
Chelsea.
Saad, I love you, mate, but like I think you're just showing that you're an Arsenal fan who's very sensitive about strikers, and we need to defend all the ones that we want to sign. 'cause
But said you're sensitive
No,
about
but I'm
striker.
not. I'm not
Yeah,
even
Habibi.
doing
We've
that.
got no
Yeah,
interest
Habibi.
in Watkins.
Ollie
I'm
Watkins.
right now.
Ollie Watkins.
I'm the definition of thirst that I have for a striker. Anybody that's
And he's not the one that you want. He's not the one.
He's not the one that Georgia looking
for. Saad.
Speak about
Saad.
Watkins.
Saad.
Genuinely.
Ollie Watkins is not the hill you want to die on. He's not the reason people should have wanted Arteta out because he chose and the club chose not to spend 70 million on him. Because guess what? It was the right decision. The guy has one Champions League goal this campaign. Yeah, I'm supposed to hear Arteta out and say that, they wanted him out because we refused to pay the money and he wants to get a better striker and wait until the summer. Guess what? He chose not to go for him. He chose to go for Marino. Marino has more goals since January than Ollie Watkins has. Fuck, probably Marino has more Champions League goals than him. I don't even know how many goals he has. I've seen one, and that's enough for me to know that he's at least tied with Ollie Watkins. Manchester United, that you like to mention, employ Rasmus Højlund, who had 6 goals in a half a campaign last season in Champions League. The same campaign that Ollie Watkins pulled up to at 28 years old and didn't outscore him. They saw John Duran, and John Duran had more goals than him in the Champions League, and he left in January. That is the hill that you were choosing to die on. You guys talk about Solanke being a flop.
On the hill.
You guys are talking about. Let me finish, man. You've been the YouTuber enough to understand this. Solanke, who gets cooked, has 4 less goals than him, playing in 17th place Spurs, by the way, and he's missed about 6 weeks of football since you want to talk about injuries. People talk about Solanke and don't talk about it. This guy was valued at 100 million last summer. People thought for you to get Ollie Watkins out of Aston Villa, you gotta pay 100 mil. But when I sit here and I tell you he has 1 goal in the Champions League, all of a sudden everyone's butt is hurt and everyone wants to be sensitive.
Hold on for just a second, Mo. Can you put up Mindful's comment, please? Because
Sam, I'm working on the site for something. I'm working on the overlay. Sam has to do
Try more football knowledge. Staffy shouldn't be allowed on the stream. I'm gonna be on the stream. I get invited every day. How about that? I'm gonna be here again.
You know what?
Cry.
Don't worry about Husam.
You and Saad cry together.
Husam, يا أخي فيق يلا يلا خدم معنا يا أخي مالك.
ده قاعد عمال يكتب لي سكورز 8-0 and shit, and he's not focused on the stream.
Go on, blood.
8-0.
Didn't even give me the Egyptian flag.
Bro. Yeah, he gave you the American
flag. What comment you want?
Yeah. I can't lie. You need to add that. That's another one to Husam there for the American flag, bro. Look at this, bro. Wallahi. I swear they actually are mad cringy. I can't lie. This whole Husam saying, but they have 15 Champions Leagues and you don't. Like, that's bullshit. This is cringy. Everything that they're doing right now is mad cringe. Like, cringe, apart from Mo trying to grill me on Ahwa to say, don't be freaking humble. Don't be humble. Maybe
Ahwa.
I said Ahwa.
Not ha. There's no ha. Even Martin can say it.
Ahwa.
Yes.
Finally, it took it like 2 years to say it.
Anyway, regardless.
I used to call it El what the fuck.
Mo, listen, we won't even speak about what Terry calls it. But anyway.
It's a club in Saudi, mate.
We won't even speak about what Terry calls it, bro. Terry just can't say the word. Do you know what I mean? Big up to tell, man. He reminds me of the English guys that just say my name's Saad or Saeed, bro. They always call me Saeed, bro. Where's the I or the E coming from? Anyway, yeah, it's mad cringy, bro. And listen, apart from not being, not trying to jinx us, to a certain degree, yes, anything can happen in that game. They can come back. In theory, the chance is very, very low. But listen, I'm confident. I am confident going into this one, man. And Yeah, I don't know. I've just got a feeling. What do you feel like, Martin, going into this game? Honest thoughts, because I can't lie, I'm confident, bro.
I feel like as soon as Real Madrid started leaning on this PR stuff, they walk right into our wheelhouse. Arsenal is the real heritage of PR, and we'll win with videos and inspirational TikTok edits and stuff between now and kickoff, and then that'll be enough for us.
I need a minute.
Bro, I'm Martin. I can't lie. I am waiting for those Declan Rice free kick goals to be on a video with Humble playing in the background. Bro. Do you know what I mean?
Have you seen the
Stop
guy
now,
wandering around?
guys. Stop, Staffy. Can you stop beefing with the chat? They
I'm
are
not beefing the chat. I'm beefing
the
one
guy
person.
is one viewer out of 600 people, and he doesn't like you on the stream. Stop beefing with the chat, bro. Stop beefing
the
with
chat.
the
I'm
chat.
just beefing him.
Oh,
Saad, have
bro,
you seen the
Staffy's beef in the chat, bro. Earlier on, I was just in the chat speaking to Staffy, and somebody said, "Are your knees broken?" Like, yeah, what is this, bro? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, bro, it wasn't me. You know what I mean? If people are gonna say some stupid shit, bro, we just leave it in the comments, bro. Big up to the comments, by the way. I stand with
his name is Football Knowledge, and he doesn't know ball. Like, what do you want me to do? What's more ironic than that? Anyways, okay, let's talk about the game a little bit more objective. I think Arsenal got disrespected today, which is not new. Arsenal get disrespected.
ruined the stream.
What else
What do you mean?
Huh?
Why did we get
Saad ruined the stream.
Saad did ruin the stream. I agree with you.
but
let's talk about let's talk about.
Let me do the
game.
super chats first, guys. Big up everyone that is in the super chats.
Can we stop this
I
whole
am not-
sad ruin this stream?
I am
Sad
not
ruin nothing,
Arteta out. I said it depends on the end of the season. If he wins the Champions League, you're definitely Arteta in. You have a statue.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Say wallahi. Wow, Mo, you're so edgy there.
It's not me, bro. It's not me.
Wow.
Big up, guys. Not gonna lie, miss the OG Ahwa vibes. Hi, Martin. How do you disrespect Martin like this?
OG Ahwa. Hi, Martin.
Hi, Martin. How do you disrespect Martin like this?
Haram
Is he a Bayern fan, right? Or is he a Barca?
I think he acknowledged all four of us, and then also said, "Hi, Martin."
Also, Saad is not OG in now.
I mean, me
The laughs. Mo will play the video I sent you.
Hold on a minute. No. Don't try. Go.
You're not OG.
Don't try drop this. So hold on. Was I not there from like?
But
how
you're
many
not
episodes?
OG.
How many episodes before I made my first appearance?
The first ever Ahwa was Staffy, Mo, and Ozzy.
No. We're not talking about that. We're talking about how many episodes before I made my first.
Oh no.
So what do you think OG means?
Saad has been on more episodes than Staffy has.
Aha!
That doesn't mean you're OG.
Yeah, that's a bit of technicality there.
What does that mean? So does that mean? Wait.
Hey, listen,
So does that mean that?
Put one next to my name, man.
Wait.
Saad, remember who has your back on this panel, huh? Remember.
Nice one, brother.
He's always
Wait, Saad. So does that mean that that Saka's more OG at Arsenal than Henry because Henry retired and Saka still plays?
Wow, you're comparing yourself to Henry and Saka.
Of course, because I'm OG.
Come on, man. You ain't Henry.
Henry put Arsenal on the map. I put Ahwa on the map. I retired. Saka's now. Saad is Saka. You're bathing in my glory.
You put Ahwa on the map, apparently, Staffy. Habibi,
I was one of 4 people who did.
وردة اليوتيوب انت يعني اسمع.
I'm one of 4 people who did it.
You're so guys. Staffy is so humble. He put Ahwa on the map.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Don Husam is talking about humility. المهم.
I'm very humble.
I'm humble, mate.
Also, your name on Twitter is El Don Staffy. So now where do you go?
It changed a while ago.
It changed. So when was your ability when you made that?
You should know. You should know. You have burner accounts. You should know. But
I do know.
But anyways,
let's
talk about the game.
Let's speak objectively about the game tomorrow.
إذا الفيديو وسخ وبتشغله.
Not really.
Someone said Staffy's second stint on Ahwa is like CR7 and Pogba United.
SC, Red Line, you're watching this? Anyone in the GC watching this? Screenshot and send to me. Done. Because this SC guy is going to come back next week and deny it. I'm going to the Real Madrid. Okay, everyone stop. Martin, you're an Arsenal fan and you're an honest guy. Stop the video.
He's cooked.
He was cooked. Okay, 1 second. No. Keep it on the screen. Martin, you're an honest guy.
Me, bro.
You him saying
me, SC.
طب اوكي خلاص you own. Okay, so Martin, طب keep the video.
You want the video? والله I don't know يعني.
No, keep it. Just don't play it. Just keep it. Just keep it on the screen, right? No, okay, bring it back. Okay. So now, Martin, just an honest man of integrity. SC wants credit because he said Arsenal are not gonna get smashed. So he thought that Arsenal will lose anyway, but he wants me to credit him just because he thought Arsenal won't get smashed. Is that fair or no? Just because we both predicted the same outcome of Arsenal losing.
Martin, he's presenting the argument wrong. SE wants Husam cooked because Husam said Arsenal are going to get smashed in both games. And
okay, but then
said we're not
at
going
the
to get
same
smashed.
time, Mo, at the same time, SC said Arsenal will lose. Now what?
He didn't. He said that we will not lose the first.
He
didn't say that Arsenal will lose. He said the Arsenal will not lose the
if
first
I
round.
make the statement, we ain't getting smashed. What does that imply? Everyone's going to act like they don't understand English anymore.
Martin, wait, let me explain to you. What SE said is that he doesn't think that Arsenal will lose at the Emirates, and Sam thinks they're going to get smashed at the Emirates. That is the whole argument. That is it.
And also, just to correct you, Mo,
that's gonna test what I'm saying.
Husam,
by the way,
by the way, just to correct you as well, Mo, Husam didn't say we were going to lose on both games. He said we were going to lose in one game, the first game. He said it's going to be over before it even reaches the Bernabeu. The Emirates, that's where it's going to be over, and Real Madrid would kill us. So, big up to Husam, man.
Yeah, when someone says we ain't getting smashed,
Husam's with me though, so I'm not going to go too hard. I'm not going to cook him.
Hold that SE. Hold that SE.
Just bring out the
Anyway, Saad predicted Arsenal to lose anyway, so he shouldn't talk.
AMT saying those Arsenal fans wanted
to win the Emirates game, bro.
Is it Mo reading the super chat?
Those Arsenal fans who wanted Watkins were based on desperation, not that they needed. He's not that good.
Okay, thank you, AMT. Thank you, AMT.
Breakdown earlier. It's not even about him being that good, ya habibi. It's about how valuable he is to Arsenal in the current moment in time. Short-term solution until the summer minimum, you would have put up a better challenge. That's it.
Like you don't spend 70 million for a short term. He's 28.
But that's what
just so Staffy knows. That's all that it was. Even
but here's the thing: if they would have bought him, they know they're not getting a striker in the summer now because they spent their budget in January.
Okay, so people weren't listening to people weren't reading the freaking articles that were coming out. The articles that were coming out were saying to us, you're gonna get this striker now, and then they're gonna evaluate situations in the summer because they still need their main targets. They've still got main targets.
You think they're gonna spend 70 million on a striker and then go get a Jokeris?
Yes,
come on, bro. Yes, you're gonna go get both. You're gonna spend over 150 million on two strikers. Yeah, that's the club that you support.
According to reports. According to reports, yeah, I'm not believing anything until it happens, of course. I've been down this road many times. So, according to reports, these men are trying to spend big in the summer. Do you know what I mean? So, let's see what happens.
All I'm saying is, Ollie Watkins wasn't the hill you want to die on. I've seen your fan base turn on your manager for this guy. No.
Does anyone think if we got Watkins, we'd be in a title challenge with Liverpool still?
Hey?
Say that again?
Do you think if we got Watkins, we'd be in a title challenge still? Not 10 points behind and nowhere or wherever we are. I don't think it would have made a difference. I think they just decided that Marino is pretty much just like having a Watkins, and we've already got one of those, so let's just do that. I think they're going to spend the money on one player. I think Staffy's right.
I think he would have helped us. I think he would have helped us in more games, but I still think there was some situations where we just collapsed in certain games and just let stupid goals in and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So. Yes, he would have helped us by scoring in certain games, but then also it
wouldn't have been enough.
It wouldn't have been enough because of the rest of the players. Saka is so important in the team that it's insane. It's insane.
He wouldn't have been able if you had him and Saka was injured. He still wouldn't have been able to carry the load he
wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he would have been able to carry the load. So it wouldn't have helped us as much as I would have hoped, but it still would have been a difference, though.
I don't get what people like about Watkins. There's nothing about him that's inspiring. You guys talk about Solanke being a one-season wonder. This guy's a one-season wonder.
Arsenal doesn't need inspiration, ya habibi, Staffy. They just need a striker who could put the ball.
Yeah, you just need somebody in that position.
So why did he lose a spot to Rashford?
Remember, Saka was out in them times, bro.
Yeah, habibi, he's being benched to left wing.
We just needed somebody who's gonna make. I'm 100% with Husam. You just need somebody who's gonna make those runs, be in the right position.
So why is he not doing it for?
Just have that striker's instinct. Yes, I understand that at times Marino scored goals. Brilliant. Yes, his goal scoring tally is brilliant. His goal scoring tally is brilliant right now. But there's still moments where you know what I mean, he'll do something wrong where a striker would know what to do straight away. Like you sometimes you can't just breed that in. Yes, we're getting the job done right now with Marino at striker, 100%. I'm not disagreeing with that, but a striker's mentality is like completely different, bro. That's all they know.
And that's why he's getting benched to a left winger. You're right.
I explained to you why he had injuries, bro. But you don't want to
injuries every day. You're gonna tell me.
Safi, let's move on to the game and the super chats. Big up.
Sean is saying, what is all about this Arsenal get disrespected stuff that keeps being said? As an Arsenal fan, I don't feel disrespected at all. It's a strange concept. I don't know what you mean, Sean.
Because I was saying that, but Saad interrupted me. I was actually going to say something. I said Arsenal got disrespected today, and they didn't even play, and I'll tell you why. People watched today's games, and they saw some potential comebacks, and they said, oh, Arsenal are shook now. Oh, now that proves that Real Madrid could do it tomorrow. And I'm honestly looking at that, and I'm like, hold on a minute. None of these teams that you watch today is better defensively than Arsenal. And honestly, is Madrid even better attacking than most of these teams that played today? I don't think they are. So why am I supposed to look at a game that has nothing to do with them and say, oh, because I watched football today, it means now Arsenal might have the remontada against them tomorrow? Why?
I don't know what Sean's talking about because Arsenal get disrespected 24/7. I don't know if he just is immune to it now, but like, my club gets hated on a lot.
Why do you think your club gets hated on it?
Because we haven't won the league in 20 years, but we speak like we're like perennial champions. I think it's a fairly obvious thing. Our fans are too loud for where we are as a club. And half the time we deserve it. But the rest of the time is just people feel better about themselves by crapping on Arsenal, making themselves feel better about their team when their teams are going through absolute nightmares right now.
Mo, your team is up only one goal, by the way. You're up only one goal. They're up 3.
Bro,
everyone talks about a remontada happening to the team that's up 3 and not the team that's only up 1.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I see you're the biggest flip-flop in comment section history.
He's rattled.
You're the biggest flip-flop.
Yeah.
I just realized I just clocked something. Every fan base has a Ryan. SE is the Arsenal Ryan. All we need is on stream to just call a couple of them 16 out of 10, and that's it. You're the Arsenal Ryan.
By the way, that's where I don't agree with. That's where I don't agree. And I had this argument with Ash yesterday and the rest of the mandem. Even if he reaches the Champions League final for me, this whole mode doing this stuff of but he reached semi-finals.
It's progression.
He deserves another year. Like, no, he doesn't. I'll be real.
Wait, Saad, you want him sacked if he reaches the final?
To get to the Champions League final and then get kicked out again. Yeah, you just proved my point that you can't get us over the line. Today has shown me, if we get past Real Madrid, today has shown me every single one of these teams can be gotten at. Every single one of these teams with moments, with good defensive performances and good attacking performances. If you can't win this Champions League now, wait. I'm not saying that we're favorites.
Let me ask him a question.
You're proving the point that you can't get over the line.
Wait, Saad. I just want to make sure I heard this correct. You said that you've previously stated even if Arteta reaches the Champions League final and he doesn't win it, you want him gone?
Yes, yeah.
I think that's madness. It doesn't prove he hasn't got the players to get him over the line, so you can't just say categorically
people don't watch football. Wallahi,
people
don't watch
Even
football.
I said Arteta should go, and I stopped saying that after what I seen this season, especially in the scenario that Saad gave. You know, if he borrows tomorrow's lead, then I'll have that conversation. I say, he needs
100%.
to go. But to go to the Champions League final with the injuries that you've had this season, with no striker, with an 18-year-old Mazou Scully, his debut season playing left wing.
Stay on your phone.
With a half-fit
don't now turn into the stream.
A half-fit Saka.
I was fixing the overlay. Watch now. It's MHF overlay, not footy judge mode. So I was doing something.
Okay, we're doing something.
Well, we all know you put the legwork. We all know that.
Right. So you're saying Husam's getting a free. Husam's just.
You know what it is? Mo is Sadio Mane. He does the track back. He does all the selfless passes. Husam is just Mo Salah.
Money in 4 months.
He disappears for 90 minutes. Just
scores a tap. Can I be Mo Salah? Can I be Mo Salah? He could be someone.
I mean, listen, Mane left with an AFCON, so you left with more trophies. But I want to ask Saad something.
Group of people needs 1 legs and 1 brains. Anyway, so when it comes to to this conversation, Saad.
Wait, no,
I
hold on.
agree with
I said something.
I
Because he
think-
said he would sack him
Habibi,
if he
one
loses.
second. What you're
He said,
saying
Wallah,
is
it's a very good question. Wallah, it's a very good question. Wallah, it's a very good question.
What you're saying
Habibi,
is not
stand there.
true because you have to get over the line and they have no injuries anymore.
No. Let me ask this question then,
No, we do
because it's going to
have
feed into what you just said. And this is to the whole
Okay.
panel, to the chat. Remind me the last time a manager under these circumstances, or even not, you can even ignore the context. Remind me the last time a manager reached a Champions League final
And stayed second.
and stayed second and got sacked right away. Remind me. And give me that manager and give me the context of what happened.
Give me one manager in the league recently. Hold on, Saad. Give me one manager in the league recently has had all these injuries.
Klopp.
And
End of discussion.
he's bro. When you got injuries, you had
We came back against Barcelona without Salah and Firmino. Stop it.
Alisson gave you fifth, fourth. Alisson scoring a goal gave you fourth when you had injuries. You
You
remember?
see how he changed the question?
But Habibi, you didn't even let me
Name
finish.
me a manager that got to a
Yeah,
Champions
Habibi, you
League
didn't let me
final
finish.
and
Habibi, the problem.
without all the injuries. I gave you the answer.
But he
No,
didn't
Firmino
get
and
sacked.
Salah were not there,
Give me
and we
a
won the
manager.
Champions League.
Give me a manager. Give me a manager that stayed second with these injuries and reached a Champions League semi-final.
Jurgen Klopp. I just gave you. The
Jurgen
fucking man.
Klopp sacrificed that.
You
had
have
Salah
18,
injured for a
19
couple of
when
games.
we faced Barcelona 3-0 down. Firmino and Salah weren't
That's
there.
a game. Did you
Prime Firmino, prime
that
Salah.
season? How many games did Salah miss
He missed the semi-final.
in the whole? Don't talk to me about the semi-final.
And
How many
Firmino
games-
had injuries and
How
Mane
many
had
games
injuries.
did Van Dijk? How many games did Van Dijk and Salah miss that season? How many games?
What does it have to be Van Dijk and Salah? Says
Big-
who?
Because these are the two most important players. He's had Gabriel out now. He hasn't had a striker. Is it his fault? Yes. Because he didn't get a striker in the summer. No one is saying otherwise. That's what people don't understand. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm blaming Arteta and fucking Edu and the board for not getting Arteta the striker. And we know that he has a say in it. So he's a fraud for depending on Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus. Yes. He's a fraud for not getting a backup for Saka. He's a fraud. Right? And he should be judged on that. But in the same time, yes, you made your bed, you should lie in it. But at the end, he had a lot of injuries and he stayed second and reached a Champions League semi-final. Again, it's Real Madrid.
Marino and Saka, Mo.
When everyone gave him zero chance. They said he's going to get smashed home and away. He schooled Real Madrid and Ancelotti. Pep Guardiola had injuries. He's battling for fifth. Battling for fifth. Pep Guardiola. Yes, he has credit in the bank. He's the best manager in the world. He's battling for fifth. This guy has Moreno up top. He's still second. You tell me the league is bad or not bad, he stayed second. If Inzaghi has Thuram and Lautaro injured for the whole season and he's second, I'm going to make a statue for the guy for playing Arnautovic and Correa up top.
The statue is crazy.
I don't know why Husam so pissed off about the thought of Arteta staying.
I don't understand. I said that he regrets this season, yes. Did he regress in playing football? Yes. Did he not win games that he should have won? Yes. But at the end, he stayed second. And he had Saka, and we know that it's his fault that he's so dependent on Saka. He's the fucker for this. And he should have gotten someone else. He should have gotten someone. He's playing an 18-year-old backup for Saka. It's his fault. That, I agree with you, Husam. His fault and Martin's fault, by the way, for saying that Kai Havertz should start the season up top. And Arsenal waka waka in the stadium is why Arteta is a fraud. Because he believed Martin and the rest of the waka waka, Kai Havertz should be my starting striker.
So a second
But
ago,
even,
I
hold on,
tried
let
to
me
bring
finish
up.
this,
No.
please.
You
Martin,
guys
let me
keep doing
finish.
this every
I'm gonna let you
stream. Will
respond.
stop it?
I'm gonna let you respond. I'm gonna let you respond.
Yeah.
And also, even that fraud,
No,
Kai
that's
Havertz,
not
is
being
injured. Even the second fraud, Gabriel Jesus, is injured. Mikel Merino missed 2 months in the beginning of the season, shoulder broken. Bukayo Saka, hamstring torn. Gabriel, hamstring torn. From when? From March. Yet he wins against Real Madrid 3-0.
So in
Yeah,
theory,
I-
how long should I give him then? How long if you okay, so here we go, yeah. You're in my position. How long should I give him? What, one more season?
He's in your position.
What
You would have
happened-
wanted him
what
out
happened-
last year, by the way.
Hold on, Husam. Hold on. Let me give you the walkthrough. Let me give you the roadmap, yeah. in this scenario right now. Yeah, let me give you
Do
the
I need
roadmap
tissues?
so you understand. So you understand this
I
whole
love
journey
roadmap.
talk and this whole. And listen, guys, I'm not a fucking.
I need
Here's the
three
thing that we need.
questions
No, hold
and I
on,
will
hold on,
answer.
hold on,
I
Mo.
need
Hold
three
on.
questions and I will
Habibi,
answer. Go ahead. Here you
Just
go.
let me talk. Let me just talk. Let me talk.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
talk.
By the way, everybody knows I am not a fucking negative fan. Yeah, I've sat there getting clipped up on this fraud's channel, yeah, multiple times saying fucking I believe my gaffer. Yeah, so I'm not a fucking negative
What
fan.
happened to you?
Yeah,
Fucking,
خلاص
oh my
عرفنا.
God,
You know how to
it's
say the
you.
F word. خلاص.
Okay, sorry, my bad. But this is the roadmap for me, yeah. Let's say, for instance, I say, you know what, Arteta's had injuries this season. Yeah, fair enough, Arteta. Yeah, you had injuries this season. What happens if we get Gyökeres over the summer and then Gyökeres gets injured? And then we have an injury to another player in that same season. And we have another injury to that. So do I use the exact same thing? Oh, we had injuries this season, so I have to give him another season now because he had
No.
injuries.
You know
this
what you
season.
just did? You just buried yourself.
How?
Because the question you just asked, you're asking what happens if my striker gets injured again next season. The guy already proved that without a striker, he actually finished second in the league. And to your scenario, he reached a Champions League
Yes,
final.
but not
At
winning
least a
anything.
semi-final.
Not winning anything.
Yeah, Habibi, but there's more.
Habibi,
There's
I'll
more
be
to
real.
the.
I'll
You
be
don't.
real. We have still yet to understand how we went out to fucking Manchester United in the FA Cup.
Havertz missed the
Manchester
chances because he
United
didn't get a
are
striker.
absolute dog
I have an
shit.
answer. Very simple answer.
shit.
Havertz missed 3 sitters. You went out to Man United. Simple. Done.
And you have a clown that
Listen.
doesn't know how to save penalties.
You were going to
That's
let me answer, Mo. You remember you said you'd let me answer?
Go ahead, Martin. Martin, your chance. Now.
No,
Go
look,
ahead.
you and
Move into
Husam
the
need to
middle.
stop bringing up this Havertz, Gyökeres thing. I think you guys did it yesterday on a stream, which I listened to, getting slander out of nowhere. You guys asked us at the end of last season when he scored 14 goals in 16 games, the striker, where are they coming? Yeah, maybe they have to start on the bench. Gyökeres might have to start on the bench. He was in that kind of form. Now he's out of form and he's injured. Obviously, whoever comes in the striker, you don't need to keep bringing it up. So that was my reply.
Okay. Now, Saad, the answer is very simple. If Arsenal are going to go and get a better manager like a Hansi Flick or a Luis Enrique, move Arteta now. You know what? If Inzaghi is going to be removed from his post, I only want a better manager. But if Arsenal fans want to let Arteta go so they can get another guy just to try again, that is just load of rubbish. Right?
Needs to be
And
somebody
realistically
better
speaking, people that
That's
say
right.
that we
He
want,
hears voices in his head. No one said this, by the way.
I'm answering him because
Do you
he
really
asked me.
think Saad wants to get a manager just to try? Is that what you think?
This
No,
guy,
but
thinks,
for
this
the-
guy thinks I'm gonna get rid of Arteta and be like, oh, I want Iraola.
Oh,
Bring
yeah?
Iraola so we
Some
can give
Arteta
you-
What do you
out.
think you're gonna
That's
get?
not what
Arteta
Saad is
outers
saying,
want
by the way.
that.
What is
Some
that, bro?
Arteta outers want this.
Wallahi,
But
are we
we
here
give
to
it
discuss Saad's opinion or
Damn
Arteta Outers opinion?
bro.
Okay,
What is
Saad.
this?
Who do
He's
you
here.
think-
حي
okay,
يرزق
hold on.
قدامك.
Yes.
اسأله.
Saad, let me ask you. Arteta leaves tomorrow. Who do you want?
Luis Enrique.
He's
Done.
not realistic. He's not
leaving
leaving
PSG.
Hold on.
What was the
Hold on,
point
hold
in
on.
saying that?
See the point, guys.
He
See the
will
point.
leave.
And I want, but listen, Saad, I want Inzaghi out. I want Pep Guardiola.
There is a big difference
Saad-
between Pep and Enrique. Come
Stop.
on now.
Saad,
Don't be
Be realistic.
disingenuous, you guys. You guys are
Arteta
doing
out.
too much.
Xabi
tomorrow.
Alonso.
is he leaving PSG?
Xabi Alonso.
Do you think Xabi Alonso is better than Mikel Arteta? Genuinely.
That's not about shit. It isn't about shit.
And the reason why I'll say he is because he's shown fully that he can go through a whole season and win a trophy and be able to
Yeah,
take
but he
over the
hasn't
line.
won it without a striker.
The thing is with me with Arteta, yeah, I gave him 3 years, yeah. I gave him the first season, which we just happened to stumble upon the freaking title race, yeah. The second season, I said let's go again, and then this third season, I said let's go again, yeah. Yeah, the injuries, khalas, it is where it is, yeah. But when it comes to Xabi, when it comes to Arteta, in all of those 3 seasons, I've seen him make mistakes in certain games.
So does every manager.
The Aston Villa game, for instance. But but Xabi Alonso has shown that he can stay clocked on
it's the
with the
Bundesliga,
whole
right?
season, bro. The
Just 'cause
guy
you
went
won the Bundesliga
unbeaten.
doesn't mean you can go to the Premier League and go, yeah.
Vincent
well,
Kompany is winning the Bundesliga this season. Get Vincent Kompany because he gets him over the line. How about that? Vincent Kompany is
This over the
better.
line
but
discussion is
he took
very
over
like
Bayern
binary.
Munich.
Vincent
took
Kompany.
over-
Vincent
he took over
Kompany
Bayern
is
Munich.
going to get them over
He
the
took
line.
over Bayern Munich.
Out of
This
context,
guy was
Mo.
with Bayer Leverkusen, bro. Bayer Leverkusen, who don't win nothing, bro. Who were called
Bayer
Bayern
Leverkusen have 0 Bundesliga titles in history before Xabi Alonso.
Bayern Leverkusen.
He's comparing
is
it.
what they were called.
And he's
Okay,
comparing it
I
to
am hearing.
Kompany.
I am hearing the Bayern.
Vincent
I am.
Kompany
Listen.
won the league.
If you're gonna listen, if you're gonna let Arteta go and get Xabi Alonso, not a bad shout to give him a shot. A shot. See,
Wow, finally you're being
I'm
honest.
logical.
Yes.
I am logical. I'm logical. Maybe Xabi Alonso worth a try. Yes, it's worth a try. That is. But for people to tell me we're gonna get Luis Enrique or Simeone is not leaving 40 million euro a year contract to come to your club to make 15. He's not. He's not gonna do that unless they let him
Well,
go.
how much does he make?
40 million a year.
40 million.
He's not
Yeah,
on
go
40.
Google.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
40
Check the
million
website
is
again. He's not on
crazy.
40 million. No, he's not.
40 million Laotian
Listen,
dollars.
all I'm saying is Xabi Alonso
I think the
lost
highest paid
3-0
manager
to
is
Bayern
him
this
right
season.
now.
39 million pounds. Simeone's current yearly salary stands at 39 million pounds.
Oh yeah,
Not
Simeone
euros.
is the highest paid manager in the world.
So he's
Wow.
not leaving that
But
to
he
come to
never
your
gets
club.
people over the line.
Wait,
too.
who is this? Who are we talking about right now?
Simeone.
Diego Simeone makes
Oh,
39
sorry, I thought
million
you were
pounds a
talking about his
month.
manager.
Right?
Are we talking about your guy?
If you're gonna get Simone Inzaghi, fair enough. Give him a shot.
No, but I don't want
But
him.
I don't
Simone
like
Inzaghi's
people
not
that
gonna
tell
Arsenal.
me.
He plays
But people
third
that
now.
tell me, people. Okay, let me tell you, Sad, why
Let's somehow-
Arteta
Inzaghi
out
would
there-
need to spend like 200 million this summer
Where's
just to
Saka
make
gonna
an
play,
Inzaghi
bro?
team.
Where's
It just
Saka?
He plays
doesn't
three
work.
in the back, bro. It wouldn't work at our side.
It's not
It
even
would-
about 3 in the back, Staffy.
It can work.
Mo right now in his team, he has 5 strikers, 0 wingers.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
Yeah, but
zero
that's the
wingers.
point I'm trying to make. They don't have a
by the
squad
way,
to play three in the
Saad
back.
knows when I'm taking the
Saka
piss.
doesn't have a
Saad knows
spot.
when I'm taking
Martinelli
the
doesn't
piss.
have a- yes,
Like
Husam is-
literally,
Husam
Saka
is-
will be left wing back in Inzaghi's system. I'm not even.
And he
taking
doesn't-
the piss.
By the way, they don't have any strikers to play 2-striker formation other than Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
Their midfield
How
three is
have to
fine.
change
They
so
have,
much.
40 million when he doesn't keep people over the line.
By the way,
I thought-
Saad,
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
even
He's
trolling.
talking
Like, he
about
actually would play him
Simone
left wing back,
Inzaghi. He's
like,
talking about
genuinely.
Simone Inzaghi.
Brother, I don't want to see this guy play Saka.
Yeah, Inzaghi doesn't work
wing
at
back,
Arsenal,
bro.
by the way.
That's
He
why
doesn't.
I've asked anybody.
And can
anyone-
we establish
anyone
something
told me
in Saad? Can we
Inzaghi.
establish something? And Husam knows this. Arsenal are not getting a manager that plays 3 in the back. Is that something that we all agree?
There's no way
Yeah,
you
yeah, we
spent
all
all
agree.
these years
We all agree.
building
Like,
this
this is
team.
not happening. This is
You're not in the
we
United
don't-
situation where you're just gonna rebuild and blow it up.
Yeah,
United
yeah,
are
it's
trash.
not-
That's why they didn't care. Your
No
team
one
is
is in
not
United
trash, so you can't
situation.
just
It's
blow it
over
up
for
like
you.
that.
It's over. No one
Can
is
you
in
let
this.
me do the super chats because they're
Finished.
related we that we're talking about, right? Mina here is saying I sent it before Saad came. I was bigging up Martin.
مينا احنا
Shout
ولا
out,
نمزح معك يا حبيبي.
Mina, we're joking with you, Mina, wallah. He's saying even if we reach the Champions League final, Teta should stay.
Flip flop alert. Flip
He's
flop.
allowed
Oh, by
to
the way,
change his mind based on
I just
scenarios,
asked
right?
ChatGPT.
We need to go through the super chats because
I
Sean.
asked ChatGPT, when's the last time a manager got sacked after losing a Champions League final? It was 2008. Avram Grant got sacked 3 days after losing the Champions League final. to Manchester
Alhamdulillah, he
United.
got sacked.
That manager, by the way, had a super team and finished second in the league and lost the Champions League final to Fergie. It was more justified to get sacked than a guy making it to
Didn't
Champions
he
League
take
final.
over from someone, Staffy? Didn't he take over from Gus?
He took no, I can't remember, but I remember the season after Ancelotti was available, so they went for Ancelotti, which made sense.
Lewis, didn't he take over midway through the season from Gus?
Gus
Hiddink?
Hiddink took over someone. I can't remember who. Oh,
Or-
you know,
or-
he took over
no,
Scolari.
no.
If I'm
No,
right,
no,
he took over Scolari. It might have been
He took
Scolari.
He took over from Mourinho, and you lost.
No,
the
it
final
wasn't
to-
Mourinho. It wasn't Mourinho. Because Mourinho came to Inter what year? 2007. We beat them in the Champions League in 2008. So that was a year after.
Mourinho was sacked, and Avram Grant took over. They lost,
Or maybe
the
it was a
final.
season before that.
Yeah,
Season.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all set. Okay, Chelsea won 4-5, 5-6, 6-7. Mourinho sacked.
6-7. Chelsea didn't win anything. They sacked him in
And they hired
September
who?
of the year after. The year after they sacked him.
6-7.
So Avram Grant spent a year and a half, Lewis. If that's what you mean, then that's the thing. Because
Yeah,
Avram
that's what I'm
Grant,
saying. Yeah,
reached
here you
the-
go.
So
2007
Mourinho got sacked in the 7-8 season, so he stayed 1 year without winning anything, which is a
Yeah, but he
third
didn't
year
get
at
to the
Chelsea.
final. It was
No, Mourinho
Grant.
didn't start the 7-8 season. He didn't.
No, he did start the
September,
7-8
there you
season
go,
and he
so the
got
beginning of
sacked.
the season.
He did start, and he got sacked.
started at
I remember.
Staffy. What happened in 06, 07, we beat them in the semi-final of the Champions League, and I
Yes.
think they won nothing in the third year of Mourinho.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
He
after
just
that,
said he got sacked in September against Rosenborg.
7-8.
No,
season
actually, I think
7-8.
in 07 they won the FA Cup. I could be mistaken. But anyway.
Hiddink came in after Scolari.
Anyway,
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Anyway, can we
Anyways,
go
Everton
back?
Grand Heights.
Sean is saying Saad is spitting fact. I feel exactly the same as an Arsenal fan. You guys are not Arsenal fans, so it's just easy to have those opinions. We have an Arsenal fan. We have an Arsenal fan right here. That's an Arsenal fan older than you, Sean, and Saad. He's watched Arsenal win the league before even Wenger came to your club. And you're telling me we don't have Arsenal fans? He's an Arsenal fan. That watch who
Very
won the
true.
league in 96?
What's that?
Who won the league in 96?
Was that Man United? Or
No. When
No, he's-
Arsenal won the league in 96, who was the manager?
Wenger.
No. Wenger won 98,
Graham, George
2002, and 2004. George Graham.
Graham was like, what didn't Graham win 92? No, 91.
96, you won it. He won.
No.
Wenger won 98, 2002, 2004.
Yeah.
You're actually wrong, Mo.
I
He
came
didn't
in at
win.
that time, like after he left, like pretty much.
Who won
when
the league
Wenger
then?
left.
96. It was Blackburn. Oh, okay. It wasn't
I'm hella confused.
Blackburn, United,
Blackburn.
Arsenal, United, Arsenal,
Yeah,
United,
Arsenal won 98 only. Yeah.
Chelsea,
Yeah, he said no,
Chelsea,
Liverpool.
United.
If Arsenal gets a much better coach than Arteta next season, then that coach doesn't get over the line. Then what? Keep him one more season?
Who's that much better coach though? Who is it?
Like
Ancelotti.
much better coach in the world, Ancelotti. You think Ancelotti will win Arsenal the league?
No, he wouldn't.
Bro, I
This
bet my
guy needs to
balls if
retire.
Ancelotti coaches Arsenal, they won't win the league, bro. I bet my
He's
balls
not
on
gonna
it, bro.
come to the
Shut my
Premier
balls,
League,
bro.
raise his eyebrow, and then just win. It doesn't work like that. This
I
guy's
bet
washed.
you, bro.
It's 2025, bro. This guy's he's gonna either
Bro,
take an international job or retire. He's gonna go to Brazil or retire.
You guys hear what Mo just said? Mo said he bet his balls.
Bro, yes. Sean, Arteta PR is so elite. It has rivals twerking for him constantly. It is insane.
Yes,
Maybe
Staffy has been
because-
shaking his ass recently. I can't remember.
Maybe because we see him as a good coach.
Yeah,
and
I
you
say the
guys don't
opposite.
see him.
I'm a hater. I say keep him. I'm twerking. I can't win on this fucking YouTube
It's a
thing.
sensitive
I can't
topic,
give an
my friend.
honest opinion without people saying, you know what? I might just disagree with it, but it's his opinion. The guy is Saad gave me a scenario where the guy reaches a Champions League final with Marino playing a striker. Marino. How can I say sack a guy who reached a Champions League final with Marino as a striker? How? There was so many times where I thought, you know what? Arteta should have been sacked here. He should have been sacked here. He should have been sacked there. There was a lot of times, based on what I'm seeing right now in this moment of the season, where he's in a semifinal of the spanking Real Madrid that everyone said they're going to lose, with an injured squad, a half-fit Saka, no striker, an 18-year-old playing the back line, and you want me to sack him if he reaches a final? Come on, what are we doing here?
Ingrateful bastards. That's what they are. They don't appreciate where we've got to. They want to go back
Sean-
to square one.
Sean is saying, don't listen to them, Saad. Flick was available and they made these same arguments. No, I didn't. I actually, in last summer, Husam asked me and I said, Arteta should. And by the way, I pressed Martin every single stream in the summer about Arteta should go if they have Hansi Flick available. And I believe that if Arsenal are going to get a better manager, Arteta should go because I want my club to do the same. He joined Barcelona and improved them massively. But I agree with you, Sean. If you're going to get a better manager, 100%. Why did this turn into Arteta out shit?
Oh
I
my
don't
God,
know.
someone's saying Marino's not a scrub. Stop exaggerating. He's a DM playing a striker. DM.
We've got Kivior.
Imagine, I'm going to tell you something. Imagine if Chelsea reaches Champions League final with Enzo Fernandez playing as the number 9 and being an actual number 9 in the box. Or Caicedo.
It's insane,
Not
bro. People
Cole
can't be
Palmer.
objective.
Not Cole Palmer.
I really believe you guys are doing so much extra unnecessary garbage with the Saad stake because Saad is an Arsenal fan, just wants to see his team get over the line. If they get to a Champions League final and they lose as well, by the way, if you are in his place,
Why are you defending Saad now?
first year challenge and
I can't, but now he's
I can say the
twerking.
same for
So I was
SE.
twerking hard.
can I
Okay.
speak?
Yalla, twerk, habibi.
Can I speak?
Back it up.
Can I speak? So
Yalla, back it up on Saad. Throw it back on Saad.
so
Relax, bro.
what's wrong with you?
Throw it back on
Anyway.
Saad.
This guy has no shame, bro. Wallahi.
Oh, I don't get what we're doing here. Anyway, so when it comes to
to
put yourself in Saad's shoes, 1 year you finish second, you don't win the league. The year after that, you finish second again, don't win the league, win no trophy.
Exactly.
The year after that, you get to a Champions League final, finish second, but you lose the Champions League final. So your whole basis on wanting him to stay now is what he got to the final. That's your basis?
No, the context of how we got to the final with this beat up team. We talk
Fine,
about
how about his league? How about his league finish? Why are we ignoring that?
Habibi's finishing second with. We talk about how bad this season
So
is.
it's okay to finish second.
The
to
only
Liverpool.
reason why
No,
with
it was
Arne Slot.
unacceptable last
the only
season.
reason why he's
Last
finishing
season,
second is because everybody below him is so inconsistent and shit that nobody can catch us because they have also been inconsistent. Every time fucking somebody's able to capitalize and they're like 3 points ahead of us, they drop points and then we somehow freaking win or whatever.
yeah,
So
Habibi
you
fired
guys
him.
have
before.
to-
If there was actually some competition in this league in to get to that other level, then we would be like third or fourth or fifth.
So how? Why should you deal with a hypothetical and I can't?
In January, February, people were telling me, "Oh my god, you're gonna fall out of top four, broski. You're gonna fall out of top four."
And did you? Did you though?
Exactly. You know what? Mo, he
because
just
they
did
exposed
you,
himself.
though?
points.
But did
It's
you,
not about us. It's
though?
not about us doing this.
But
Like,
did
bro,
you though?
I feel
So
like
this is
people are
Saad,
trying to
this is
be too
why.
much.
This is why.
This is. Listen, I love Arsenal, and I'm all about like if. Listen, maybe Mikel Arteta
Bro,
should
it's
stay.
Sam
maybe he
brainwashed
shouldn't,
you,
maybe he
bro.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
But
Wallahi,
the
good
thing
job,
is-
Husam.
But
You
He
won
brainwashed
another one.
you.
Good job,
this
Habibi.
whole journey and this whole like
No one said
Well,
journey.
big
No,
fan
none
and
of us.
Yeah,
This
making up
word
bros,
they
We
yeah.
come
haven't
from your
been to a
mouth.
Champions League final
Habibi,
in
this
20
is-
years, and we're finally getting back there. And you want to sack.
I love the fact
Xavi
he's saying
to win it.
Husam brainwashed you. When I was watching the Cora pod 2 days ago, and he had this argument with Ashraf. I didn't
the
brainwash
exact same
myself.
argument. Hussam had no influence.
Saad,
on
you're a
any of
hypocrite.
this.
And let me
Yeah,
just say,
Habibi,
you're
Husam
a-
brainwashed
I may be a
Ashraf because he
hypocrite,
does
but
2
bro,
streams with him a
listen,
week.
I want to see
and
my
then
team
Ashraf
win,
brainwashed you.
broski.
Saad, you are a
I'm
hypocrite, Saad.
fucking. I'll be
You're
real.
a
Sorry,
hypocrite.
I
and
don't mean to swear. No,
you
hold on,
just
Staffy, hold on,
contradicted
Staffy.
yourself, Saad.
Because you man speak, yeah.
Can we
and
answer you then?
All these Arsenal fans that are in the
Let
chat
him talk. Let him talk.
waffling,
Let him talk.
all these Arsenal fans that are in the chat waffling, yeah, about believe in your team and back your manager and back the team and stick with it into the. First of all, you bums, yeah, you absolute bums, yeah. What I did is I said that the manager gets to the end of the season regardless because I have respect for what he's done, where he's gotten us, yeah. I give him until the end of his season.
Look at the camera. Don't look at the chat. Like, don't.
Okay, fine. I give him until the end of the season, regardless.
Don't make
yeah?
eye contact with
Until
me.
the
It's
end of the
sus. I don't want to see you.
Bro, can you not let me land?
Let him land. Yeah,
I just
stop
was
it,
gonna
because
say,
we
I
need
was
to
go
staring at
respond.
that camera. Now I'm thinking, fucking up.
Let him land,
said
bro.
another
We
thing.
need to
But
respond.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I give the guy until the end of the season because I have respect for what Arteta's done 100%. But I'll be real. I'm fucking done with this whole next season to next season to next season. Like, I'm actually done with it. Are you guys not tired with like having to fight this?
I hear
whole
what he's saying, by the way. He's
Arteta
right.
out fight?
Can I answer you,
Are we
Sam? I
not
need that.
finished? Are we not done with this?
What are you
I've
tired
done
of
the whole
specifically?
progression thing.
Challenging for the league or getting further in the Champions League?
Bro, I'm done with all of it. I'm done with all of it because if we sit there and we do this progression talk, then what am I going to do when Arteta? If I say now that Arteta's progressed me by getting to the Champions League semi-final or the Champions League final, yeah, okay, he's progressed me, yeah, he stayed second in the league. What happens if he gets to a semi? Let's say he gets to the semi-final, he gets knocked out, yeah. What happens if he gets to another semi-final and he gets more points than he did this season? Did he progress me from this season? Like,
Saad,
in the
you're
like,
only dealing with
where does this
hypotheticals.
progression
that
thing
fit your
end?
narrative.
I
When
think
does
That's
this
what I don't like,
progression?
Saad.
When does
Saad.
this progression
Saad.
thing end? And when does the winning start, bro?
I think it's different for every fan. Some
Do you know
people
what I
have
mean?
more
Like,
tolerance for
For
it.
me,
or not.
for me, I can't lie. Maybe you guys are all you Arsenal fans. And listen, everybody has their own like limit, bro. My limit is now, bro. I'm done. After this season, if he wants to go next season, I'm just gonna be like on vibes. If we win it, I'm gonna be going crazy. But bro, right now I'm not gonna come in with expectations next season that we're gonna win the league and this and that. I'm just gonna be watching with vibes because I can't handle this no more, bro. I can't handle this. Keep on going till next season. I keep on.
Bro, you
going.
handled it for 20 years. Have some shim in the quorum. You haven't seen
Every
Arsenal
fan
ever
Yeah,
win a league
exactly,
title. Have some shim in the
exactly.
quorum.
So
You've never seen Arsenal win a league
I have
title.
seen my
Don't
team win the
act.
league.
Don't
But
act like you grew up watching Arsenal win league after league after league, bro.
No, but I've seen us.
He's
Don't-
so tired of not
don't-
winning the Champions League.
No,
no
like,
more.
oh
Haliani,
my
he was
God,
winning it every
don't
year.
act like you
I've
have,
seen us
you
win
have,
before.
you have
I've
watched
seen
your
us win
club
before, but
have
regardless,
Ballon d'Or
that's not-
winners
that's
and
not the
Champions
point.
Leagues,
That
bro.
is not the
They're young.
point.
Bro.
That is
You've
the
never
point.
watched your club win.
That's not
I'm
the
tired.
point. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, my team is known for winning league titles. My team is known for winning trophies. We have the third most
20
trophies.
years ago.
You
We
can't
have
say
the
you're
third
known
most
for winning
trophies
league
in
titles
England.
and you
We have
haven't
the third
won in
most
20
trophies
years.
in
You know what?
England.
It's like Staffy saying, bro, I'm tired of this.
I'm done.
Man
You
United
guys
should win
are
the league
so
next season.
disingenuous because he's
And I
actually
haven't won it in
making a
over
good
10
point,
years.
but because you disagree with what he's saying,
These people
he's
are just
asked a
being
question that none of you have answered.
No,
Very
he
simple
hasn't asked the question.
Okay, ask the
Don't
question.
talk for him. He has.
I'll tell you the question he asked.
I want him.
He
No,
asked-
I don't
he
want
asked-
to. I don't want to hear it from you. I want to hear it from him. Ask the question again, sir.
He asked the question, when does the winning start? That's the question. Very simple question. When does the winning start?
Saad, here's everything that's wrong with Saad's
How is that a
argument.
disingenuous question? I don't get
It's
it.
not. It's not. It's not. But let me tell you.
There's no one can put a
Let me tell you
time
what's
frame on
wrong
that.
with Saad's argument. Saad is
But the
dealing
time
with
frame is 6 years, Martin. What do you mean time frame?
6
Let me
years,
stand there.
16 years, 20 years. Look, we're closer than we've ever been to being back where we were when Saad talks about the magic days 20 years ago. We've been in the absolute wilderness since then, and anyone who thinks that we're trophy machines since then is completely deluding themselves. We
You
have
haven't
been.
been a trophy
the
machine for
gutter.
over 20 years.
We
And
haven't
Saad-
been ourselves, and we're close to being ourselves again. So
I'm
it'd be
Arsenal.
disappointing.
We're
Shouldn't-
never a trophy
shouldn't the
machine in
smart
their
thing
life.
be
Just
to
let you know.
aim to become that club again? And in order to become that club again, you must win.
Yeah,
How's
Habibi,
that
that's
crazy? I don't
wrong
get it.
here, Sam. But they are closer to that now than they were before Arteta. And this is why when I'm saying Saad is dealing with hypotheticals that only fits him, he's asking, he did a hypothetical. He's like, oh, what if the teams around us were actually better and they caught up with us? He's not dealing with the hypothetical, oh, what if Arsenal, when they get Jokers next season, because that's the most likely, or any striker, and they get a couple more signings, and they got Berta coming in, who should be better at recruitment than what's his name, the guy that left. He's not dealing with the hypothetical, oh, what if we actually kick into an extra gear next season with all these things happening in our favor when we've already just finished second with a shit squad, an injured squad, and a season where we reached, he's 2 games away, well, 3 games technically, from reaching a Champions League final for the first time since 2006. This is factually the closest you've ever been, Saad, since that. For you to want to
And he
fire
keeps
him,
saying
even
you're
if he
greatest
reaches a
man,
final, when that's only it's the second final you'd ever be in your lifetime.
We haven't even
And
got
it's
to the final yet.
a manager getting sacked after making Champions League in his second campaign. Arteta only coached in the Champions League twice in his life, last season and this season. A manager who reached a quarterfinal, then potentially either a semi or a final in his second year, you think that's sackable when he had Marino playing up front? That's not progress enough for you to say he's done enough with the recruitment for me to go and probably win it next year. That's not a good hypothetical? Or does it have to be the hypothetical that's full of negatives that you put?
What would we have said? What would we have said? What would we have said last season?
I love the fact we're referring to
I
Saad.
thought he should have been sacked last
1
season.
point
I
away.
did. Wallahi, I
We
did.
were 1
I love
point
the fact you're referring to Saad as negative now.
No,
Well,
I
he's
said
got a
he's
negative
dealing
group
with
chat
negative
that affects you
hypotheticals
mentally.
because he's actually given all the
There you are,
hypotheticals that
Martin.
go
There
against
you
him. So all the hypotheticals Saad has given are bad ones. What if we regress next year? What if we don't win again next year? What if the other teams would have caught up to us and we
Yeah,
didn't
because
improve?
that's his point of view based off of experience.
So exactly,
bro.
but that's what I'm saying. It's wrong because
3
you need
years
to look
with
at
the
both
same
of them.
shit stuff, you would be frustrated as well.
No, I wouldn't, bro. No, I wouldn't.
100% you would.
With
Yeah, 100%
Marino as my
you would.
striker reaching a Champions League semi-final, I wouldn't be frustrated. What are you talking
100%
about?
you would. 100% you would.
Oh, so
No,
now
I'm
we're
gonna
dealing with
refer
another
you back to a manager
hypothetical, which is
called
what you guys
Sir
think
Alex
I'd be
Ferguson.
reacting.
So Alex Ferguson went 6 years without winning anything. If they got rid of him, if they hadn't stuck with him, they wouldn't have won all those titles that they did. So
Yeah, Habibi, they don't think they have a Champions League winning squad. Yet, if he loses in the final, he should get sacked. In his second
Alex
year.
Ferguson beat Real Madrid in a final with Aberdeen, and you're comparing them.
yeah, because that was a scenario where he could have been sacked
Hilarious.
if he hadn't delivered, and they stuck with him, and it came through.
Also, Alex Ferguson, even as a Liverpool fan, I'll tell you, is an anomaly because he went on to dominate English football for 20 years. Using an anomaly as a measuring stick is just so silly.
that I
It's the
agree
same
with.
thing when people it's the
That
same
I
thing when
agree
people
with.
go like,
Conversation.
at the
This is
start of the
conversation
season,
to have.
everyone has a chance to win the league. Look, Leicester won it. Look, Blackburn won it. Yeah, but don't use the anomalies as examples. Be objective and realistic.
No,
Alex
but it's
Ferguson
an
is an
example of
anomaly.
them
For 30 years,
at a
he
fault.
dominated
They
English
could have sacked him.
football.
They could have gone nowhere, or they kept him and they stayed with it. I think they kept him because they saw something was happening and he was doing good work behind the scenes. At the end of the day, Arteta's not getting sacked at the end of the season anyway.
Yeah, I
Regardless of the
understand
conversation.
that.
So you're setting yourself up for another year of like just pure
Depression.
frustration the whole time.
No, but it's listen. It's not going to be depression because I will simply say at the end of the season, I'll evaluate the whole situation and for what I personally think. It's my opinion. The thing is, nothing's gonna change, bro. I don't own Arsenal. I don't have no say on whatever. I'm just a fan, bro. So
But
You
how
have
do
a
you know
say.
what's happening?
You have a
Right.
say. If you sing
Like-
enough waka waka, you might not sign a striker.
so this
Yeah,
guy's just on
good
banter,
job.
bro. This
So
guy's
you
just on
interrupted him
banter,
for that
and
shit
this guy.
joke?
Yeah, maybe
Here's
if you
the
didn't
thing.
sing Waka Waka, you would have had a
I'll
shot.
evaluate at the end of the season.
Sam, I need a minute. Do the super chats, please.
I don't think my mind is gonna change, but
Well,
listen,
I don't think he even heard you more.
Sam?
we'll evaluate at
Sam?
the end.
يا حبيبي سعد is fucking talking. سمعتك ما الزلمه بيحكي يا اخي.
تقول له اوكي ماشي حاضر I heard you.
Wallahi,
Yeah,
these two Egyptian frauds don't have no respect for me, bro. I'm talking, they're just saying Husam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Habibi
but-
Mo told him take over the show for a second. He didn't even respond. No one said anything about you. Not everything is about Saad every day.
Everything
We
has
don't
to
care
be
for
a
you that
fight,
much,
eh?
Saad.
Listen,
You crashed our stream to begin
This
with.
is why Tajin is clear of cushion.
Pyramid
Let me
match.
do the super chats.
I've got a question for
You're
Saad
like a
when he's
dead,
finished.
and you would
Okay? I
kill
got a
for
question
some
for
cushion
Saad
right
when you're
now.
done, son.
Listen, you pyramid match.
Anyway, so where did we stop?
I've got a question for Saad.
I'm waiting for Staffy to drop the Tajin merchant, bro.
A better coach than Arteta comes in. Okay, I think we did this one. The one after. Was Slot better than Klopp? It doesn't have to be better than Arteta. It just has to be the right manager for the squad. Martin, what do you think of this message?
I wanted to ask Saad a question, but do you want me to do this thing?
Say that again.
I wanted to ask Saad a question just before we got off that.
Yeah.
You were saying you don't know what happens in the future, but you probably didn't see that 3-0 smashing of Real Madrid happening the other night. And the best night in Europe that you've seen in probably your lifetime, right? So there's things around the corner that can happen.
Better than ours happened.
I mean that in Barcelona. I mean that Barcelona.
But I just don't understand how people can say, "Oh, well, if you didn't get it over the line before now, you're never going to get it over the line." I don't agree with that logic. It's just like it's too binary. Anyway,
Listen, I'll evaluate it for myself anyway. I don't speak for anybody else. I'll evaluate it.
In 1-0, Saad.
But
super
it's not
chat.
even I'm not in 1-0.
Bro, I don't know why you're keeping scores.
But-
You're taking the most L's this whole stream.
Yeah.
So Martin, tell me about the super
I
chat.
I
Was
didn't
a
see
lot
a
better than
single
Klopp.
person
You need
say
the right
Husam cooked
manager.
The
today.
thing is, by the way, Castro, you fraud. Yeah, stop spitting at on your screen and stop smacking your phone at the wall. I didn't predict a loss. Actually, I predicted a win. I predicted us to win 1-0. So relax.
How do you know
Hush
he's
yourself,
spitting?
Calm down, bro. Man, spitting
Martin,
at
tell
your
me,
phone
please.
while he's
You want me to do
typing,
the
bro.
super chat?
This is the point that Giovanni brings
Relax.
up. Sometimes you just need the correct
Relax.
manager, not necessarily a better manager.
Everybody,
I think that's a
this is the
slot and
thing.
Klopp is a
Whenever
very
you
sticky
mention-
situation. I'm doing
When
this one, Saad, right?
Sorry.
I'm doing the super chat, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go on.
Bro. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think the slot and Klopp is a very particular situation where I think Klopp would have won the league this year if he'd stayed. Like the slot's not doing anything particularly unique yet. He hasn't put his stamp on the team, so it's very hard to judge him as a manager. He's basically just kept what Klopp had going and put a little zhuzh on it. And I think it was enough world-class players in there to make that scenario work. I don't think it's a fair judgment of him as a manager. I don't know what he's going to bring next season, but we'll find out.
Saad, who are you getting that's realistic and available? Shane, big up.
I already said this.
Answer.
Other
عادي,
than
just
Jabi
answer them
Alonso.
again.
What's your short list?
It's either Luis Enrique, Xabi Alonso. Who else can I get?
Sad. They sound like those people that tell kids everyone's a winner when they finish last. Lol, is what Sean is saying.
No, but that's majority. The thing is, majority of our fan base is.
That's what Martin's doing this year.
Legit.
I'm not saying we won anything. I'm
when-
saying you will win something if you stick the course.
Listen, it's just I don't know. Maybe I've just reached my end. Do you know what I mean?
I can't blame
By the
people.
way,
It's been a lot of drama, you know. I'm
let's-
saying
By the way, Sam, I don't blame you for being fed up.
This isn't. This is.
But for you to reach a Champions League final, that is the scenario you gave me. Again, let me remind you, at Champions League final, any manager reaching a Champions League final in their second campaign with Mourinho as a striker, and you don't want to give him one more campaign when he actually gets a striker, because you know Gyökeres is going to be an improvement on anyone. For you to know that and still say you want him out, it's insane to me. He didn't max out. I don't think Arteta maxed out still.
I think that's why maybe it's premature for me to say it now. Let me evaluate at the end of the season how I'm feeling. After whatever happens after the whole thing, I have to evaluate it without emotions attached to it. Because I'm not now going to sit and say, oh my God, if he gets me to a Champions League final, I'm keeping him. Like, I have to evaluate what, do you know what I mean? How the final went. Do you know what I mean? How we lost. Like, imagine we get to the final when he gets smacked 4-0.
Yeah, no, of course. If he reaches the final, I'll probably be with you.
You can't just go by, he got to a final, so he has to stay. Like, do you know what I mean?
Fonz is saying, when did Saad Gunner enter the chat? I love the fact that he went from ultra positive to now Saad Gunner. You guys,
bro,
so
it's crazy.
Big up to Tevin, who says, I think constant streamers with Ahmed, Ziad, Hamza of constantly asking when is enough probably contributes to this, but I get it though, Saad, I understand. I think, Tevin, the fact that you think streaming with other people is going to influence Saad's opinion that much is just so fraudulent from you, Tevin. You are a flip-flop as well, just like SE. You're one of them Arsenal flip-flops in the chat as well, and you got so rattled when Mo was making all those points a week ago, and now Saad is making them as well. At the end of the day, Saad asked the question, no one can answer. When does the winning start? If you know, and we can't just keep going process year 1, year 2, year 3. At some point in time, you're going to have to start winning, Tevin. That's just the reality of the situation. I don't think working with Hamza affects anyone, because whenever Hamza speaks, it goes from one ear out the other. So no one cares what Hamza speaks. Ahmed and Ziad are both technique merchants. Ziad wants his manager out anyway. So this whole thing of, has affected you negatively. Khalas. You should stay for the next 5 years with Arteta as manager. It's okay as long as you finish second.
By the way, for all the people that are saying that I'm a negative merchant or Saad gunner or whatever, just let me remind you that I'm the only one that's fighting Ødegaard's corner this season. Yeah, everybody's telling me he's dog shit. Tell him, get rid of this guy, strip him of the captaincy. I want him walking down freaking North London, walking down Holloway Road with a I suck sign on his freaking on his neck. Like, bro, everybody was.
So I thought they reached a semi-final with a captain that sucks. That sounds very impressive to me.
Oh my God, this guy is such a piece.
I've
never seen the goalpost move so much for any managers. All my years watching football is the PR side. I do agree with that. I think that here, you want to know what's fucking irritating me? The thing that's
the goalposts haven't
genuinely Staffy and Martin are not getting. We had this same exact conversation literally April 2024. So if Arteta doesn't win the Premier League, do you want him out? And is it this last chance? Does he have to win this season? Is next season his last chance? And now we're repeating the same fucking questions. Hi everyone, welcome to Putty Judge Mo, welcome to MHF. So tell me, Suls, so tell me, Absar Shoo, Ryan, tell me whoever the hell, Arsenal, tell me, Rory, next season if you don't win, is it final chance for Arteta? And then next season happens, and there's a little bit of adversity, or City get 100 points or something. City got 100 points, how can you expect us to beat them? Let's go again next year.
YouTube wasn't massive when Wenger was around, we would have had some of these real dramatic chats about Wenger out from like 2010 to 2018.
I wasn't Wenger.
Now, you know what, Martin, that super chat that just came in, they saying we move goalpost. These are the same people that operate as in football is black and white. Nothing in life is black and white. Everything. Yeah, it's true. Everything has context to it. The only thing that's black and white is just like laws. You steal, you go to jail. That's it. That's a non-negotiable. You kill, you go to jail. That's it. Football has never been black and white. It's only become black and white when YouTube started.
Mo is a criminal and he's still here. He ain't in jail. He killed football.
Well, these guys would have probably won Fergie sacked when he didn't win the Champions League. The Premier League 3 years in a row.
He's busy.
Mo, he's just the best for us. That's my fucking brother right there. By the way, SE, listen, I understand. I'm not saying that Ødegaard is not poor. Ødegaard has been.
Can you not respond to SE? You're responding to the Ryan of your fan base. Big up to AMT who says Alonso won on his first time.
Ødegaard has been. Hold on. hold on. Odegaard has been shit this season, but I'm just going against the people that are saying sell him.
Saad
Sell
Annan.
him.
Can I tell you
Saad
why? Can I
Saad
tell you
Annan.
why him winning is not
Saad
an
Annan.
anomaly? Let me tell you why him winning is not an anomaly. I'm gonna be completely honest about
I
this.
can start that.
The reason
You know I
why him يا الله خلينا نعرف نحكي يا أخي. The reason why him winning is not an anomaly, and I give you an honest answer, is because even a year after, Leverkusen are second, 6 points behind
Yeah,
Bayern.
everyone recline.
So it's not an anomaly.
Recline, Saad.
Wallah, Habibi, I did a 2-hour watch along, and then I went on the terrace for an hour.
Is
And
he going to win it though? Is he going to win the
I've been
Bundesliga?
sitting here for 6 hours straight. So please,
I'm
Yo,
waiting.
I-
I'm
sorry
waiting
that I'm
for footy
fucking
judge.
reclined.
I'm waiting for footy judge Mo to hit me with one of these ones. You know,
They're on the
You
same
never-
amount of points as Arsenal.
It's
You
not
never
this.
answered
It's
the
when I come
question.
back, when I go
love
back
when
to
you-
America
America.
comes in, but still Arsenal don't win anything. Should we keep that, coach?
Yeah, guys, answer AMT, please.
You never answered the question. Better coach comes in, but Arsenal don't win anything. No, but when somebody comes in,
Sack them every year.
you don't give them 1 year and then khalas, you get rid of. I'm not. This is what I'm saying. I just don't think we're gonna win under Arteta.
But they should.
we
If they're
might win,
replacing
but it might
Arteta,
take
they
like
should have to
Another
win
negative
instantly.
hypothetical. In the world of Saad, today we're just making judgments on the bad hypotheticals. Saad thinks they're never going to win. So khalas, they're never going to win. But we think he might win next year when he signs a striker. We're not allowed to think like that.
No,
It's
but
only the, it's only the
this
negative
is the
ones.
thing.
Guys.
We're gonna keep him next season. Yes. So when we keep him, if he wins next season, I'll 100% apologize and whatever. But right now,
yeah, thank you
my
so much for
mindset-
apologizing, Saad. You're like the fans who say, "Oh, I'll back him if he wins me the Champions League." That's like me saying, "I'll only marry this girl if she proves to me that she can cook a Michelin star meal." Yes, how so generous of me. Yeah, I'll only marry her if she's a model. Yeah, so generous.
No,
You didn't know
but
those
Staffy,
Thank you so much.
You're acting like in this little analogy that you used. Big up the analogy. Big up to the woman that you're gonna marry. Yeah.
Shit analogy.
But you're acting like as if in this analogy, I ain't been eating shit food for the last 3 years, and then all of a sudden, when I want a Michelin star meal, what am I supposed to do? Just sit there and continue to eat this shit food?
And guess what?
the fuck am I
This is
supposed
the
to do?
closest she's gotten to cooking you a Michelin meal.
Okay, but
And
it's
now
not
you wanna get
Michelin
rid of her.
star.
She's been
How do you
learning on the
decide?
job. You ate all the
It's not
khara.
Michelin star, bro.
And now,
No, but okay,
now she
Saad, I've
doesn't
got a
burn the
question.
food no more. Now she doesn't put no extra salt. Now the food is not soggy no more, and everything is getting better. And she's like, "Oh, and you're like, "Yeah, la, khalas, I'm tired. I've been eating khara for 5 years, so this year you have to go."
Khara and bull or everything, bro.
In
I
a
can't
season
lie,
that
if a
you
better
said
coach comes
everyone has
in-
been underrating your team, they're calling what's his name shit. Odegaard, they're saying your captain is shit. You don't have a striker. You've had injuries. All that is happening, but now is when you give up. Yeah, what is this?
I can't believe a United fan just compared Arteta to Fergie. Lol, nothing black and white about 5 years of failing to win anything in that time.
I didn't compare. Where did I compare him to Fergie? I said I would have loved to see YouTube back in the day. YouTube would have said Fergie should have been sacked when he didn't win the Premier League 3 years in a row. They would have been like he's washed.
Actually, before Alex Ferguson, you only won 7 league titles in your life.
No. So I'm saying.
And on top of that, Liverpool had 18. So people
Fergie
were
won a
willing to
treble and won
You
3
had
in a row.
18 to their 7, and you let them catch up. That's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, and guess what? We gave them a 30-year head start, and we're going to catch up in 5.
So
So hold that.
So Martin, what I'm saying is he won a treble. and
Martin,
won
last
3
time
in
you
a
saw a
row.
league title, you were like 3 years old. It's just
Yeah,
allowed.
Habibi. He won a treble and then won 3 in a row,
What?
and then didn't win for 3 years.
Bro, I was
Those
like
3 years of
25.
him not winning, people would have said he's washed, get him sacked. If YouTube existed, wallahi, we would have been saying that. I would have been doing that side right now. Oh, it's been 3 years. I'm so used to winning. These are my standards. Get him the fuck out. He hasn't won me anything in 3 years. You know, Standard FC would have wanted him out. So we can't compare the football back then without YouTube to this.
Can we not bring the standard FC conversation to here as well? بالله عليك.
Standard FC
بضلت
hype.
من الconversation هاي.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Standard FC hype.
I can't lie. If we get a better coach than Arteta, I'm expecting him to win immediately because that's the point of replacing Arteta. Is
Yes,
guys
you
gonna
are
take us
correct.
over the line.
If a coach comes in next season, if Arteta somehow miraculously gets sacked, Saad and everyone will expect him to win this year because he's already primed to fucking win. We don't disagree with this logic. So you're telling me right now, as someone who doesn't back Arteta like myself, doesn't rate him, if you bring in a manager now that's good enough, you should fucking sack Arteta directly and win something. No one disagrees with that.
Saad,
This
do
is
you believe
why
you're going to win the
I'm
Champions League?
This is
Do
where
you believe
Hassan's
you,
gonna hate me because
Saad?
I
Do you believe you're gonna win the
actually-
Champions League, Saad? Saad, answer this.
Stop offering sad. Respect
Don't
him.
present that
answer
argument
this.
to them because you will end up getting cooked. So relax.
Wait,
Well, I didn't even hear what
Saad,
you said. Can someone
Saad,
check what
I
you said?
didn't hear it.
I watched the
Saad?
Cora pod. They didn't. Don't bring that up. Anyway,
Saad,
go ahead.
do you believe you're gonna win the Champions League?
Do I believe
Most
we're gonna win
likely.
it?
Most likely. Yes or no? Most people would say no. I would think.
No. I
Say
don't
yes.
think we're gonna win it.
Okay. Would you rather him getting
said
cooked against Real Madrid so he'll get sacked? Then,
No,
since
no,
you
no.
want him,
No, no, no.
you want him out.
Mm,
You want him out if he doesn't win the
Ask
Champions
logic,
League.
bro.
Good
No.
questions, Mo.
Would you want him cooked again so he'd get out? So you get
Yes,
out
but
then.
here's the thing. I
Okay.
don't want him to be sacked. I don't want him to be sacked. Like I don't
want him to be
I
sacked.
don't want
He literally said, I
don't
want
have
him sacked
no,
if he
no,
doesn't
here-
win the Champions
no,
League.
no, hold on. I don't have
He
a, I don't
literally
have a-
said
I
that.
don't have a hatred. I don't have a hatred to Arteta.
No one
Wait.
said that you have a hatred, but you want
No,
him
no,
sacked
but
to win you the Champions League.
people who would like to see him lose.
Yes, Saad.
Or people. No,
Okay,
hold on.
let me, no. You're moving the goalpost. Let me start over.
I'm not moving the goalpost.
Okay,
You're trying to say, would you want him to lose?
No. Let me start over then. Let me start over. If Arteta doesn't win the Champions League, do you want him sacked?
Sorry.
If Arteta doesn't win the Champions League, do you want him sacked?
Yes, I would want him. Oh, actually,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Do you believe
Because-
you're gonna win the
because
Champions
now I'm thinking about No, hold on.
He's like, you know what? I cornered him. He's trying to like, let me out.
No, but there's
Let
no
me
He
out.
shook. He
corner.
shook. We shook
Let
him.
me
No,
out.
but there's no corner.
Sad is
Yes,
shook.
but yes, I would want him sacked if he doesn't win us a trophy. But regardless, you're
You
saying
only have one trophy
so
left. It's the Champions League.
You're saying so. Mo's saying to me,
He's
but
like, let me
why
answer.
would you not want him to lose the game against Real Madrid to get sacked earlier? But it's not about that.
It's not earlier. It's not earlier.
I want him to at least show if he can do this, bro. Like this is why I give him to the end of the
Okay,
season.
show. Okay,
I want
that's
him
what Staffy said. Okay,
I want him to
See?
show me if he can if he can
so-
win
so-
the trophy.
so here's Staffy said, if he reaches the final, he's showing you the signs that he can win.
No,
Because
no,
losing
that's-
the final,
that's being able to. That's being
look,
able to
let
do
me
what
tell you,
he's done, which is really-
Inzaghi. Okay, Saad, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Inzaghi lost the final against Man City. Did Inzaghi at that time show me that he can win? Yes, because he played a good game, even though he lost.
And you wanted them out, you hypocrite.
Even though he lost, right?
100%.
When he reached the final, okay, that's the
He wanted
difference.
them out. He finished second. He wanted them out, even though he got to the Champions League final.
Wrong. You're wrong. When Inzaghi reached the final, I changed my opinion right away, as Staffy said. When Inzaghi bottled the league, taking the team from a winner, team that won the league the year before, even though he bottled. Once he reached the Champions League final, I said, we go again next season. Right? You have to understand that, right? That if Arteta reaches the final, he's showing you signs.
Well, the
That's-
thing is,
No, it's not. I need to finish the
that's why.
sentence
That's
so
why.
people will understand the argument.
That's why. No, but that's why I wait. I'm gonna wait until the end of the season because I have to see if we get to a final.
Okay.
If we get to a final, I have to see
Yes.
that final because, like I said,
But that wouldn't change your opinion. Because you said
it does change. It does change your opinion.
because
Sad
that
flip
is Staffy's
flop.
point.
If
That was Staffy's
So
point.
I ended
Hold
up
on.
being right after all. Sad. You know what?
That
No,
was
but it's not
Staffy's
even
point.
about you being right because I still have to evaluate. Look at this guy, bro. I like this guy.
That was
It's not
Staffy's
it's
point.
not even about him being
I
right.
won, Sad.
100 is crazy. You never taken 100 W's. over me, man.
Stop, because we're having a genuine
But
conversation.
but it's here's the thing. It's not even about. It's not even
I'm gonna
about.
leave this
whether
and go use
I
the
want him to be in or I want him to be. I have to evaluate it after the season because let's say, for instance,
No, you didn't say
Let's
that.
say,
You're
for instance-
moving your
let's say, for
opinion.
instance, let's
You
say, for
didn't
instance,
say that.
let's say, for
Raise your
instance,
hand and say, I was wrong. Staffy and Martin
No.
convinced me.
because
Raise your hand and say, be a
because
man.
for me, it's
and raise your
different.
hand.
You guys, can I just speak? Can I just
Do
speak?
the
Can- let
right
me
thing.
just land the
Makhalas,
point.
say I'm
Let me
wrong.
just land the point. No, it's not even about.
I
you
love the
being
fact you
right or
guys ask a
wrong.
question, then you bark like a bunch of chihuahuas.
Wallah, it's crazy. This is the thing for me, yeah. For you guys, it's straight. If he gets to a final, he's earned the right to stay. Yeah. For me, how does he handle that final? Does he go out in penalties? Do you know what I mean? Does he get outclassed?
Yeah,
If he
context
goes-
matters. Yeah.
if the context matters.
So
in
if they
the
lose
final,
to 3-0 to Inter, then what?
the context
You're
matters in
digging
that
the hole.
final,
You're
though.
digging the hole.
He's not digging any
no,
hole. If you lose 3-0 to
There's no
Inter, then what?
hole. If he
Saad
loses
Defense
3-4
League.
nil,
Mr.
if he-
Saad Defense League right there.
but bro, if he
You,
finishes
Martin, and
3-4
Staff
nil,
have been twerking for each
Saad,
other all
Saad
stream.
Defense
I've been
League right there.
spectating.
You, Martin, and
Defense
Staffy have
League.
been twerking for each
Staffy,
other the whole
you
stream.
had to hear this.
Okay,
Wow.
خلاص, Mo, you are correct.
Wallahi,
It doesn't matter
Saad
how they lose the
defense-
final. Losing on penalties to Inter is the same as losing 4-0. You are correct. Well done, guys. Footy Judge Mo. Like and subscribe. Well done.
Why are you so rattled? Batatli. What happened?
no, but this is the
Go
thing.
back on
so
your phone, bro.
rattled.
I don't want to listen.
You're
For
arguing-
some reason,
You're
bro.
not just being
Go back to your
shameless.
phone.
So
You're just being
rattled.
shameless. I understand Martin's point because Martin's been on this vibe for ages. Do you know what I mean? So I understand that Martin wants to keep him. Martin wants to go. He just wants to get to the finish line with Arteta. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of what happens, he's not.
Okay, let me give you context.
Head.
What
For
if
me-
he reaches
for
7?
me, there's a context-
Hold on. Then let me put you another hypothetical that can happen. It's a very plausible situation.
يا حبيبي الشو صار له ساعتين. هذا خلصنا هايبوثيتيكالات يا حبيبي.
bro. You
We're
know
enjoying.
what?
الانرجي
We're,
بتاعك
en-
خليه
we're
يهبل.
enjoying.
Half
We're
past
enjoying and
energy
entertaining.
زبالة.
We're
امشي.
entertained.
Kick him out.
We're entertained.
Leave.
Half
That's
past
mustard.
entertained.
No,
I've got-
please stay,
I've got-
Husam.
We're
The show can't
entertained.
continue without you.
صار لي 6 ساعات قاعد على الكرسي يا اخوان.
طب خلاص قوم خد لك راحه وتعال عادي.
يا عم امشي يا عم. انت هتبوظ لنا الستريم. بوظت
That's
لنا
his
القعدة.
channel, bro.
What are you
That's
saying?
his
The Christian
channel.
not
It's his channel,
انت
bro.
قاعد يا عم وانت ما تنفعش تقفل لنا الستريم.
It's his channel.
عايز عايزك نو بروبلم. خش نام.
يا اخي حسن can we really, because we're having a good conversation. Wallahi, we're having a good
You
conversation.
were laughing
Wallahi,
for half of this.
guys, wallahi, we're having a good conversation now, and I want the chat to get involved in this hypothetical situation that is very plausible. Arsenal play against PSG, very good games. They go out on penalties. Would that change your? Because you said if he reaches the final and he loses by the way, the second leg is in Paris. So you go play good games and then you get out on penalties in the semifinal. Would you assess the season different then?
No,
Why? What's the difference between
because
getting out on penalties against
a
PSG?
final is completely different from a semi-final. If he gets out to PSG, who I think we're better than, I think we're better than PSG. If PSG beat us, I don't care if it's penalty.
And you think, by the way, if you're better than PSG, you're better than Barcelona and Inter.
No, we're not better than Barcelona.
Because
I don't
PSG, Barcelona,
And even people saying that we're better than Inter, I don't think we're better than Inter either.
Sad, who's better?
People
You or
saying
Liverpool?
PSG is the best in the world.
Sorry?
So if you're saying
Who's
people
better?
saying
Someone-
PSG is the
because today, Martin, people want to change their opinion that PSG or Arsenal are
best,
better
they're
than
actually not
maybe.
good.
Maybe.
No,
But
this
if
is
you-
hold on. This
But if
wasn't-
Arsenal
this
fans
wasn't
think that
because
they're
of-
better than
No, but
PSG,
hold on. So can I explain to
PSG?
you why I think? Can I explain to you why I'm gonna keep my voice down because there's neighbors, bro. And
With Marino and Kivio, we're better than PSG.
let me
so.
explain to you guys why we're better than why I think we're better than PSG. Yeah, the reason why I think we're better than PSG is because I have seen this defense, that stopped the mighty Liverpool, and this midfield who outplays people. Yeah, I have seen my team go band for band with this midfield and outclass this midfield.
We can
Yeah.
go bad for
We're not
bad.
even talking. We're not even talking about the attack, yeah. Because the attackers, Ousmane Dembele and Kvaratskhelia, we didn't play them. Doué was there though. Man are just mentioning Desiree Doué right now, like as if Desiree Doué wasn't in the
but
team.
Desiree do it. But that's the thing.
Nothing.
Teams are different.
So yes, okay, teams are different. What matters is that first game where we outclassed them. That plays on players' minds. That mindset is still there. They know, okay, we need to go back at this team. We've already played them. They've already slapped us up. So now we need to try and come back with a different mentality, and that could affect the players, bro. So I already think we've got the mentality thing already. We're in their heads. If
So
we
you're
get
better
that
than
in
PSG because of your
Also,
defense.
on top
I
of
think
that,
he's
Your
saying we'll beat
defense.
PSG.
Hold on. Before we move on, Sad. No. Before you move on, please. You just said you're better than them because of your defense. Yeah, this defense without Gabriel,
defense.
you rate it and it has Kivio in
Not
it,
defense.
and all that's because of your
Not
manager.
defense. Not defense.
So you're giving
Not
credit
defense.
to
Not
something that
defense.
this manager created.
Not defense. But
You just said it. You said that your team is good defensively.
when did I say I'm not giving credit to a manager for creating?
No, you didn't. I'm just saying when you say that, remember that this defense that you rate with no Gabriel and has Kivior in it is good because of the manager.
That's fine, and this defense and stuff has not gotten us over the line in 3 years. So, big up to you. But anyway, in regards to
Yeah, you were sitting there saying that you lost the league because you lost the league.
in regards, hey, listen, man, I can't lie. I actually that when I said that, I did feel a bit Lee Gunnerish. Big up Lee Gunner, man. I did feel a bit.
Can I just say something, Sean? You see how strong the PR is. Son? What PR? We're not even Arsenal fans. Rivals are trying to convince you that you're wrong to prioritize your club over the manager. No one said that. No one said that, Sean. You're building hypotheticals and like theories in your head. Wallahi, my man, you are building theories in your head. We're watching the football. We're watching Arsenal, and we think Arsenal are a good team. So I can, bro, you know what, Sean? I can sit here and cook Arsenal every stream. You didn't win the league. Bottle job. Yes. Shit manager can get over the line. You're shit. You're shit. You never won the Champions League. 0 Champions League. We have 3. You're shit. Who's your daddy? You know, I can fucking do this, bro. I'm a master in this shit.
That was a bit too close to
I
the bone,
can fucking cook like no one, bro. I can do this every stream. But I'm here, MHF. We promise to have genuine conversation. So we're trying to have conversation. It's not an agenda. It's not PR. This is my beliefs, right? And it changes, by the way. Because if Arteta reaches a final after no one gave him a chance, that is an achievement. And if you can see it this way, and if you can see that Arteta this season didn't have the tools to go, I think you just want to be, Arteta out. He didn't have the tools. His best player, his catalyst, was out for 3 months. Torn hamstring. And every Arsenal fan was saying that Arsenal cook in the second half of the season. Didn't even get the chance to do this because the catalyst was injured. But I can sit here and banter.
But Mo,
I can cook, bro. Wallahi, I can cook Odegaard. And people in the chat know.
People, but Mo, this is the problem. People say
it's not PR, bro. I do not do this.
No, but Mo, when you say that, you make it act like he had no choice. He had to play with.
He did. Absolutely.
There is a January transfer window in between that where we could have signed players. Don't give me this stuff.
Great.
You'd be saying the exact same thing.
Great, fantastic. Arteta, I don't believe. I think Arteta himself didn't want the players, but everyone was briefed, and he said in his press conferences that the board let him down, that he wanted a forward, but the board didn't want to pay the money. He said that. Do I believe him? Do I believe him? 50-50.
All I'm gonna say is
also,
that,
you know why I cook? Hold on now, please. Give me a second. Give me a second. Do you know how I cook Arteta? It's not about this season. It's about the last summer. Sterling, Moreno, Calafiori, no striker. He's a fraud for that.
I agree.
He's at fault because he's in bed with the owners. Right? This is where I cook Arteta. You want to cook Arteta for real? It's transfer window. It's signing that failed.
He is doing exactly
it's signing that failed. But we know that he has a say. No one. Arteta had a say in the transfers. Arteta himself said that he has a say in the transfers. So I believe that. So that you want to cook that? Arteta's a fraud. His building of the team was wrong.
I think I need to analyze what's going on at the end of the season.
We are talking. Staffy is talking only about the football and the coach. He isn't talking about transfers.
Regardless, yeah. When it comes to what was the point I was gonna make, man? This is what happens when you go on some other tangent, bro, and I forget what I was gonna say now.
I don't go on tangents. I stick to the point.
No. I was gonna say something.
You definitely go on tangents, man.
I was gonna say something and it went.
Well, we've got Burton now.
So that's guys, you go on tangent. Are you even listening to me, Wallahi?
Yeah, I listened to everything you said. Can you want me to repeat everything you said for the last 30 seconds? If you want to cook Arteta for real, you want to cook Arteta, one of the things that you cook Arteta for is the transfers. And then Martin said Edu. And then I said Edu, my ass. And then Mo said, yes, Arteta said that he has transfer control. So, yalla, here. I repeated everything.
That's good. That's what I was going to say.
I can multitask, Adi.
Now show us respect and look at us. We want to see your beautiful face. مهمة
Pause.
الساعة 2 3
Anyway.
بالليل
Pause. Anyway, listen.
3 بالليل احترم نفسك وسنك وعمرك
Yeah, listen. Why for
احترم
that?
سنك وعمرك وحلقات الفجر.
Why?
I mean, I
why
have
for-
friends in the
why-
US
why
and
for that,
Canada
man?
and stuff.
Why for that? Why?
لما بيجي لي تكست منك never. It's only يلا we're going live خلصني. That's the only time I get a text from you.
Yeah, but who
Listen,
said I'm
guys,
texting you? I'm not trying to text you at night.
Oh,
said
I'm not trying to text you full stop.
Why for that? Why for that? Why for that? Why for that? Anyway, listen. From what it looks like
خلاص
right
ريد
now.
السوبر شات مو
currently-
وساعدنا مع الستريم.
Yeah, hold on.
سعد خلاص بص سعد
سعد عيونه سكرت. ريد السوبر شات so we can end حبيبي يلا.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Andrea Berta is cooking. I don't know how true this is.
Yeah, okay.
Listen,
خلاص.
if what I'm hearing from certain sources,
Oh my god, here is with his sources يا أخي. Here is with his sources.
يا أخي you said that Tweety Bird told you you're gonna get jokers last summer. Be quiet.
And what's gonna happen now? What's gonna happen now? Because what's happening now, mate? What's happening now? Yeah, you fraud.
I love the fact Denzel says guys respect Saad the speak Arabic, not Martin. I love that.
He speaks Darija every 2 seconds.
Darija.
يا تخودوا يلا ما تفهموش ايش كان يصير
لا، sorry،
تخودوا
سب.
يلا.
That's
يا حبيبي أول إشي حبيبي جواد كلمة عالمية قواد. Don't try to act like a smart ass. This is universal language. Go ahead. Mo.
خلاص we're done guys. والله العظيم how do we have 500 people and we don't have even 200 likes?
والله
It's
عيب.
crazy how you guys
We're
even not
literally
even on
choosing
300
in
likes.
Arabic.
Guys,
Hmm?
PSG
Why did
defensively
you do
is
an
too
American
open.
accent and say Arabic? Why did you do that?
Arabic.
Guys,
I've got my
PSG
phone doing a translate the conversation.
PSG
Bro,
defensively is too open for me. خلاص
أنا ساكت مو أنا محترمك.
والله العظيم ثلاثة يعني people don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
Provided Arsenal is
You did not need to stop.
provided Arsenal is prolific enough, we beat them. Which is what we said, AMT, that you beat them. You should beat PSG. You should beat PSG. Today they showed vulnerability as
They said was
Barcelona.
cooking. You literally didn't need to stop there. He just coughed.
Wallah, it's crazy. I
You
didn't
coughed?
even interrupt him, bro.
Mo, you're
Anyways
so
خلاص
dramatic
guys we got it. Saad is Standards FC. He said
يا حبيبي يلا ورانا
we
Warriors
don't win.
Clippers خلصني يا أخي.
Yeah, he said if we
Saad,
don't win,
okay.
get rid of him. Yalla. Thank you for the stream, Saad.
Here comes in the stream. The summary of the stream, guys, like the video, is that we have Saad Anar, we have Saad Defense League, right?
And we had three guys doing that chat.
we have
We're doing PR.
we have Mo,
Oh my God,
Mo,
Martin, that's so right.
Mo is
Oh my God,
Arteta
really,
PR.
Mo? You're
Mo,
so correct. I got
is
the Champions League
Moratel.
final.
I was
Oh my
literally
God,
summarizing.
Staffy, you're
I was
cooking.
literally summarizing that. I was summarizing
Husam, you know what they sound like?
I
They
was
sound like
summarizing
three
the
goals.
thing, and they don't want me to
know that the goal is
guys.
wrong, but they're
Yeah, they're playing musical
Respect.
chairs with each other. But because I agree with Saad,
Respect.
wow, put me in jail.
Mo is Arsenal twerker, Mustafi is Arteta PR, and Martin is Arteta lover.
Arteta
And his
came to me and
son-
said,
his son is
Staffy, here's
son.
some money. Do my public relations. Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Guys, Staffy
That's a good
TV lost his shit at a manager who won him 2 trophies in 2 years. I'm supposed to believe he wouldn't have lost it if 3 years in a row he didn't win anything. He would be like, oh yeah, we had progress. I'm supposed
Yeah,
to
because
believe
if
that.
Ten Hag got me at a Champions League final, I'd say second. اختش على دمك.
He won you an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup.
يا اخي كوس اف اي كاب بقول
Hey,
لك
boys,
بقول لك
quickly,
Champions
Hey,
League.
شو الكلمات الوسخة هاي في ناس
حبيبي بابا
بلكي بكره
يعني تلقط يعني الكلمه
they fucking do والله
لا
they
ما
do.
بنقطوش. I say this shit all the time on my channel.
في ايه يا عم؟
He compared the Champions League final to an FA Cup. والله اختش على دمك. والله اختش على دمك.
You are
The
correct.
second
An
trophy
FA Cup is
Carabao
a
Cup,
trophy.
you made fun of us
You are
for it.
correct. The FA Cup is a
You said a
trophy.
Brazilian
and Champions
kid
League final is the
asked
silver
his
medal.
mom, Mama, why is there a Brazilian flag in the Carabao Cup? What's a Carabao Cup? And now you want to say that. Meshi.
I listen. All I'm
That was
gonna
actually
say,
an
all I'm
iconic
gonna
moment.
say
It
is,
was viral on
if you
TikTok.
see me in the summer saying Arteta in, just don't be surprised in it, bro.
You're a flip-flop. We're not surprised.
Listen, guys, just do you know what I mean? Horse things, and then just look.
خلاص
look
خلصت
straight.
flip-flopping. Can we
Don't
go?
look left or right. There is no flip
I
flop.
think Arsenal.
I never said
Arsenal. I think Arsenal will win.
Yeah, Arsenal Inter final. It's so obvious.
Wait, but hold on. Who wins the final?
Who's winning tomorrow? Forget the final. Who's
Thing
winning
is,
tomorrow?
you want to know something with Inzaghi? I'll tell you this honestly. Inzaghi is worse than Simeone. He is
Yeah,
he is the epitome of terrorism.
But can
Let me tell you
can I
something.
tell you why?
If
Can I tell you-
Inter score one goal, خلاص, cancel the game directly.
But can I tell you
But
something?
Inter
Hassan,
are
though?
gonna be so fucking defensive. I don't even know how you're gonna break them
But
down.
can I tell you something, Hassan? Though
What?
I take
It's
a
way
look-
better for you if you play Barca, by the way.
I-
Just so you know, way
I
better.
take a look at the. I take a look at the situation. I take a look at the situation with Inter, and I take a look at their forwards. Do you know what I mean?
Ibn, all I'm gonna tell you is one thing, though.
Let me not say anymore.
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
More, man.
I'm gonna
Those
tell you
guys-
one thing. I'm
Hold
gonna
on,
tell you
hold
one
on.
thing.
Tell one thing, just so Mo knows something, by the way,
I'm
guys.
gonna
Footy
tell you.
Judge
Can
Mo,
I
there's something
need to
important.
tell him one
Footy
thing.
Judge Mo does Premier
before
League
you-
content.
Hold on.
He does
but
content
before
on a
you-
yearly basis on this platform.
Before
If
you,
you lose the Champions League final to Arsenal, your career on this platform
Wallahi,
is
bro, it's
fucking
done. He's finished.
You
But
cannot
listen,
speak
before-
to anyone.
I will
It's
welcome you on my
finished.
channel now. You'll be
Before Mo
welcome on ours.
Before Mo backs his team, before Mo backs his team, all I'm gonna say is Lautaro Martinez has blood on his hands, bro. He's an international criminal, bro. You got Interpol looking for this man, bro. Like, bro, it's
Wait,
mad.
according to your logic, he's gotten Argentina over the line, and he's gotten Inter over the line a
Hold on,
few
when did I
times, so
say
he's
that?
good.
Who said that?
Because you're talking about getting over the line.
Are you
Martinez
strong?
has
Are
gotten
you
his country
strong?
and his.
Hold on a minute, because this is how I
Yallah,
know.
see,
this is
flip
how I
flop
know-
again.
This is how I
use
know.
his logic.
Hold on. This is how I know that Staffy doesn't watch anything that I say, yeah?
I don't have to watch anything. You just said it.
I single-handedly said, I always said that Messi got them over the line single-handedly.
Messi didn't get him over the line in the Copa America. Arturo Martinez scored the most goals for Argentina. You're lying. Batal kalam. When you lie, stop talking
in America,
and actually do with facts.
in America,
Bas,
it's normal time
Bas,
right now,
Saad,
yeah? It's late
Saad,
here. So
Saad, Arturo Martinez got his
Arturo.
country over the line in Copa America. He scored the
His
most
name is
goals.
Lautaro, not Lautaro.
Oh,
Big up,
wow.
bro.
Your
Lautaro. He
logic-
said Lautaro.
Yeah,
Your
give
logic,
it a rest, man. On
he's
the
gotten his team over the line. He's
Where
good.
was he, bro? Where was he in
What's
that
your
World
logic,
Cup final,
lad?
mate? Where was
He
in the
scored the most
Champions
goals in the
League final?
tournament. What are you talking about?
Where was he in the Champions League final, mate? Where was he, mate? Letting his
He
team
missed a
down.
one-on-one
He made
when
one-
the defender made the
So
mistake.
he's a bum.
Smash his
So
head
he's
on-
a bum because he lost to treble Man City. But Arteta isn't. Arteta, you're not gonna give him the same energy when he's doing that with a worse squad. So this guy can lose to a superior squad, and you call him shit. But you won't do that with your
Why?
manager. That's fine. That's fine. That you know what? Good one, Saad. Another
Aye, listen,
logic that was
guys,
flawed.
Why
Saad.
is Staffy so rattled? I don't get it.
10-0 Saad
I'm not
against
rattled. I'm just proving
No,
Saad wrong.
that's
He's
good.
everything he said. I found a loophole to it, but he flip flops.
You're telling me that you're
Oh,
telling me that I had Castro spitting at his mic and I had Castro spitting at his phone. And
shout
I
out to
had
Castro.
spitting at his mic. Like, it's crazy, bro. How can I get so many?
And Castro knows more ball than you.
Bro,
I
like, come
learned
on,
for
guys.
life.
Calm
And
down.
Castro knows more ball than you. There
خلاص
you go.
حبيبي انت وياه يلا end the stream خلاص يلا big up you
Wallah,
guys.
yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you guys are
Clippers
liking
is in
it.
2 hours. Stop
Yeah,
crying.
super
2
chat.
Staffy
hours.
be in the description.
هتنام وتاكل وتصحى وتخش الحمام وتستحمى and you still have enough time to watch the game. Stop it. 2 hours until the game. Relax. We're all gonna watch it.
What
Who
You
game
think
is
I want to
this?
debate with Saad when I can watch the
What
the
game is
fucking
this?
Warriors?
Play
What
NBA
game is
play.
this?
Warriors
That's
That's
Grizzlies.
not. That's not
Fucking
playoffs.
Fuck the Warriors.
It's
Fuck the
play-ins.
Warriors, bro.
Fuck you,
Whoever
Saad.
Fuck you. Fuck the Warriors, bro. They're fucking.
The Warriors are the most entertaining team to watch, bro.
Fuck
Stop
the
it.
Warriors. Fucking
need
entertaining
them.
my ass, bro.
الماتش فاضل له ساعتين ينزل يلا I want to watch the game. فاضل
يا حبيبي
ساعتين.
مش عشان الجيم ما صار لي 5 ساعات قاعد على الكرسي.
Martin, welcome to the Arabic stream.
Luca Hive.
Martin, welcome to Al Jazeera
LeBron
Sport.
Hive, bro. LeBron Hive,
Like
bro.
and
With them.
subscribe, mate.
This is why I don't
Alive,
stream with
bro.
Saad no more.
This is why I don't stream with these Arabs, man. Anyway, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing and Ray out Staffy TV. حط قناة سعد بالهاي. Subscribe to
You do it. Your Saad Defense League. You put it.
subscribe to Saad
Your
Football
Saad
Corner.
Defense League. Your Saad Defense League. You put it. Saad disrespected me on this stream.
He did. I agree, Mo.
I'm gonna end stream now. Like on the video on the way out. Bye.